justice, and equality for the black man, and where and when is it to be attained?
Well, take equality first. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad doesn't teach us to associate equality with whites. Equality has nothing to do with whites. We don't want to be equal with the white man. He's not the criteria or yardstick by which equality is measured. He's not in a position to tell us we are equal. It's not his right. It's not his to do. Equality, we want equality. We had equality before the white man was created. We had equality before the white man came into existence. And we want equality whether the white man is on this earth or not. Equality means the opportunity to develop all of our dormant potential, all of our dormant capability. And in developing this dormant capability, the right and the ability to stand on this earth on some land of our own and bring about a civilization and a society in which we will be completely independent, complete freedom to take care of the needs, to take care of the wants and the likes and the dislikes of our people, to establish our own nation, our own society, our own heaven, our own future. This is what we mean by freedom, by equality, and justice means as you sow, so shall you
reap. Salute the Malcolm X, man. What's good with you tonight, Water, man?
Man, another day above water. You know how we do.
Yeah, definitely, man. I had a great day, man. Today was the weather changing though, man, but I had to get out on that water and just live life one time, fam. Now I'm speaking to the water god. You know what I'm talking about?
You already know, man.
Yes,
salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody tapping in, man. You know, we appreciate y'all.
Most definitely. Mm-hmm. We got a power pack show for them tonight, Water, man. We got the call-in number for the family too if they want to chop it up with us on some topics of discussion, man. Like I'm excited about the topics that we got, fam. You introduced me to something that Trump trying to get some peace deals going and some laws changing and all type of stuff going on, man.
What a time to be alive, fam. What a time to be alive.
Hey, what does that statement mean to you though? What a time, like thinking about the current climate of the country and the world right now, what a time to be alive. What is that, what is that saying to you, fam?
It means to me that an empire is falling and it's time for our lineage to get back in power, So it's like, I feel good about being alive in this time. I feel like, the young Muhammad Ali in their times and the Fred Hamptons, we can do something now. It's like, it's open for us, the back door open.
I agree with you too, because I feel like, 50 years from now, like how we look at the 60s. The 60s was one of those decades that was one of the most pivotal decades that I can think about, like stuff changing and transforming. And, it was a lot of assassinations. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that was created, like a whole bunch of government stuff, welfare and this and that. And it was just a lot of things going on. And right now there's a lot going on. And I'm just interested in chopping it up with my dog, man.
For real. Always, man. Likewise, brother. For real.
Yeah.
So what we got for him, man? So what we got? What's the first step? The first topic we got.
I seen both of us talked about it on our channels, talked about Diddy being sentenced. And but we ain't talked about it together though. And part of our collaboration, it started around the time when his home was raided. We did a couple of shows when his home was raided, and to me, it was like overblown. People were saying that they're gonna get tapes. Barack might be on a tape. LeBron gonna be on the tape, and this and that. And a lot of assumptions. Jaguar Wright was speaking about all type of stuff, and to see that he just got 4 years. A lot of stuff was thrown out too, because when they went into the home, wasn't it guns and machine guns and stuff in there and all of that? Yeah.
Yep, he has some guns in there and stuff, but he got
Mm-hmm.
that thrown out. But the whole case, the 4 years, I mean, I don't really know the guidelines on what he got sentenced on, but to just look at the other sentences that they give other older white men, it's just it didn't make sense to me that he got all that time, to
Mm-hmm.
be honest. Um, I did a show as a white man got 6 months for a
Mm-hmm.
child for abusing a woman, and she was a child, she was 12 years old. And it wasn't the same energy held for that pastor that they holding for Diddy. And Diddy didn't even mess with a kid. They don't have him for no minors, no children. It was all consenting adults. So that's
Yeah.
just where I'm with it. It's just a little weird for me.
When we talked about the Mann Act on previous episodes too, the Mann Act was created for a black man, that boxing guy. I forgot his name though. It was a guy
Jack
that,
Jones, I think. Jack, yeah,
and they
yeah,
still using it against black men 100 years down the line.
that's crazy.
Because it's the Mann Act of 1910. That was 115 years ago, fam. The main thing when I think about America, uh, and the chaos and stuff that's going on now, like I feel like some of these old laws need to be changed.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Just like with flowers, it's like you could have went to jail for growing the wrong flower. You could have got you 10, 15 years in jail.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy to say though, right?
yeah, growing the wrong flowers because that's natural, something that God gave. But
Right.
we was just having a conversation about creativity in the back room or whatever, and I was telling you about how ideas and stuff, people lose their life behind ideas and monetizing ideas, and yeah,
People things.
it's just a lot of foolishness. To me, I thought he got off good with 4 years though, fam. You thought it was a lot. I in comparison to what you talking about, it's a lot. But I thought he
Right.
got.
That's all. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know, how these sentence guidelines is just when I'm just looking at, and that goes, it's deeper than Diddy. I mean, I can tell you that with all black men. I mean,
Mhm.
so I ain't gonna just say it was just this, but I just felt like if Diddy was if he had the protection, if he had the complexion for the protection, I don't think he would have got no time at all.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, man. You know, I read the note that Cassie sent to. Oh, somebody left a long paragraph. I read the note that Cassie sent to the judge. Who is this? Is this a bot? Because that's a lot.
That's
That's a lot
probably
of
a bot. Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of information right there. Like, golly, we don't want to. We apologize. We don't want to even deal with that. That's a lot. But I read the note that Cassie sent to the judge saying that she doesn't feel safe. She doesn't feel like he should get right out because she was concerned about him coming home the day he was sentenced. To me, fam, I just want to know your perspective on this. Like, she got paid 20 million, fam,
Mm-hmm.
and still testified in court. Like, I didn't even know you could do that, fam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and she
Like
was
that.
a willing participant. She contributed to the freak offs and calling people and all that old type of stuff. She should have been guilty right along with him based upon the actions that she was doing.
Yeah. But the lawyers, right? But the lawyers, their job was to make her look innocent. It's all a sales act to me. They trying to sell for Diddy. They trying to make him look good, and the prosecution trying to sell and make Cassie look like she's an innocent, person.
Yeah,
So I think everybody bought what they bought, and he got 4 years. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It was to be honest with you, I don't want to spend too much time on the conversation on it because at the end of the day, it just looked worse. Like the judicial system, it just made them look more not trustworthy. It made it just look worse and worse and worse. It wasn't a good situation at the end of the day. at all. It didn't look professional. It just looked like a shit show. And I didn't want to cuss, but that's just what it looked like, a shit show, fam.
Yeah. What justice system is right now, man. It is that right now.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Because we see like Buddy in Jacksonville that he got beat up by the police a couple of months ago. The police didn't even get he ain't getting no money or nothing from that. They closed it out. Ain't nothing happening based upon that.
Right.
What's going on in Texas with Carmelo?
Yeah, so Carmelo, he stabbed I did a video about how Mark Sanchez, he ran down on a Uber driver and got stabbed in the man was had to stab him in his car for him to get him up off of.
Yeah.
So I think this opens up the case for Carmelo Anthony because they're thinking like, how do you know when you're in danger? You know, being a black, how can you dictate when somebody feel like they're in danger when somebody coming after? It's like that's a call that, you know, you got to make personally. So I think it's good for his case right now. And I try to bring light of that, you know, and let everybody know that somebody got stabbed for running down on somebody.
NFL player, wasn't it?
Yeah, the NFL player.
Yeah, that was the football guy.
And it beat them football players, man. You got to watch for them boys having all that testosterone. You got to, sometimes you got to make an example out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Most definitely. That's crazy though. Just the judicial system in general, because you know, if Diddy had the complexion for the connection and the correction, he would have got less. But you know, it's a privilege that he was financially stable the way he is, because if that was just a regular working man, they would have threw him up under the jail, fam. He would have got 50 years. They would have charged him for the guns that was in the house. They'd have charged him for the illegal substances that was in the house. But you know, it is what it is. I want to play one clip from this incident from Suge Knight, even though Suge Knight is a criminal himself. You know, it's a lot of people that reacted, but it was interesting to me hearing him react because he's a CEO himself. And then we can go on to the next topic because I want to hear your take real bad on what Trump is trying to, you know, get this war over with in Israel. So let me play this clip so we can move on forward.
Let's go.
Well, for his Puffy concern, it's a great day for him. It's even better day for his family, you know. His mother, shot goes off to his mother. She gets to spend her days with her son, soon back on the streets, and he got daughters. So that's always a great day for the family. Overall, though, it's not surprising. You know, we do all know one thing, like I said before, Puffy has strong ties with the government, with the feds, and anybody else would have been cooked, done. I mean, that's the first time in history that a person going to get sentenced and they can actually put on a campaign like they're running for the president of the United States, where they can show videos and pretty much everything. Only thing I was waiting on was the fact that I was waiting on him to bring out the DJ and start playing music and let him do what he do best, dance and shake that ass and end up with no time. And the other side of it is that, well, the sad side of it is that I couldn't believe that not one of his baby mothers came in to support him or testify. And I was surprised by that because that shows a lot about the character. I know if I was on the stand, if I was up there, at least a few of my baby mamas, at least one for sure, will come have something good to say. But overall, when you look at it, I do feel a certain kind of way for the victims, for Cassie. I mean, but what Cassie expect? She started having sex with the higher help. She should have had more of a real nigga on her side, because there's no way in life that his involvement with the government that he would ever really get a lot of time or really ever really get punished.
Suge Knight the bully, man.
You know, he kept talking about his involvement with the government, fam. He mentioned it 3 times in that piece. And when he talks about his involvement with the government, it makes me think that, you know, he had something that they needed access to. And they just giving them a, you know, a little spanking to get access to what they needed.
That's interesting.
Do you really believe, like, because looking at Diddy's career, the man was you know, multifaceted, multi-talented, but it got to a point to when he started messing around with Young Miami, he started looking like a junkie to me. Like he wasn't controlling his addictions no more. And you know, them higher ups probably, you know, this is all an assumption from me anyway. The higher ups probably said, we got to sit this nigga down for a while. He turned into a junkie.
I mean, it sounds like that could be the case, but as far as that sentence, I read that he planned to have a kind of like a speaking arrangement somewhere in another state. And the judge,
Miami.
Yeah, they heard about it, and it was like they felt like it was disrespectful. Like, bro, you feel like you just that strong and powerful that you just gonna go and have speaking arrangements, and we ain't even sentenced you yet, you know?
Yeah, that's disrespectful. Keep cooking water. I apologize.
Yeah, so that's what I think was a real, like, that may have been the reason why they like, you know what? No, let's give him 50. He just playing with us now. He just feel too comfortable. Give him 50. Yeah. And you know what? For 50 cents. Yeah, they probably threw that in there, jokes at him for 50 cents.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
see.
Give him 50. Yeah.
50 Cent hell, 50 Cent hell too, boy, because he always got something to say. Even if a person's when he always kicks somebody when they down. 50 Cent the king of kicking somebody when they down. Or if they dead or whatever, he's still talking crazy about Irv Gotti and all type of people. He kick people when they down. But those 50 months, man, I feel like, you know, that's gonna be light work, man. He might be home around this time next year. And
no, he ain't gonna be home around this time next year. He did a year. He got like a year in.
Yeah.
So he got 30 months, 36 months.
You know, 36
months.
That's 3 years.
Bro, that's time, fam. Look, that is hard time. That is not easy. I mean, at his age too. I mean, okay, you give me a 19, 18-year-old young man. Oh yeah, you walk that down.
40-year-old man.
Even a 40-year-old man. But a 55, 60-year-old man doing 3 years is hard, fam.
He ain't gonna do 3. He gonna do a year and a half max.
And they're gonna let him out. Yeah. They're gonna probably give him probation or something. Yeah.
Put him in a halfway house. He gonna get good time and all of that old type of stuff, and he gonna come on home. And I'm gonna be right here creating content around it. Let's move on to the next conversation, fam. Let's move on to the next conversation. Let's read some of Mama Lisa's comments though, because she left a few comments. She said, "Don't give no news conferences." Did he? It is what it is. She said, I get so mad at Suge Knight every time I think about him because he had the best of the best artists, but he just didn't do right. He did have the best too, though, boy. He had Pac, Snoop, Dre, the Dog Pound. He even had Lisa Left Eye at one point in time.
Yeah, he was a monster, man. I mean, as far as Death Row, but I don't see how anybody can get into the music industry and not do people wrong. Like, it's built like that. It started like that. It's, you know what I mean? It's taking advantage of black people. So it's like, how can you change from that? You get what I'm saying?
And then for him to get in the music business, he had to hang Vanilla Ice over the dang on balcony in
Yeah.
Vegas to make him sign the contract over the Ice Ice Baby so he could get the money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. AB, what's popping, fam? Salute, man. If you hear anything during the discussion that you want to chop it up about, man, call into the show, man. We handling the business. We about to read and switch the topic and get into Trump because this Middle East news is important. We got to talk about it. Netanyahu, you know what they covered and everything. Water sent me this article of something that happened yesterday in the Middle East, and you want to give me the gist of it before I start reading it, fam, or play
Yeah.
the video?
Yeah, I've been covering a lot of, a lot of the stuff that's been happening on in the Middle East, and a lot of people have been covering how Israel's hold in America as far as money. In America, Americans have been getting upset about sending their money to fund wars. So it's been Trump was seen pulling out Bibi Netanyahu's chair, and he got a lot of flack for that. And he's been looking like he's an employee for this guy instead of like he's a real, boss and he's really in control of America. He has a lot of Americans looking like, bro, are you working for them? Is a foreign government in control? So YouTube channels been talking about it. Trump been losing a lot of pull. And then Trump goes and he drops this, which I think is it was a smart move from what the temperature of what's going on in the politics is going right now. So I think it was smart. He had to do this because he was losing, he was losing the people.
Yeah, losing his base because everything that he ran on as a president so far, we ain't seen no action. That's just my opinion. Because the things that he ran on, it sound like, things that I was interested in. I'm an independent. I didn't vote for Kamala or Trump, but
Right.
I linked to the things that Trump said more because it resonated with my lifestyle. Because Trump is a real estate president. I love real estate. I'm invested in all throughout real estate. He ran on helping people get the finances back. He ran on ending wars. Stop sending $60 billion a month to Ukraine. That's what he ran on. And all of these things he ran on bringing down inflation, bringing down the interest rates. I don't ask for nothing, fam. I ain't
Right.
asking for nothing from the government. I don't want nothing from the government, but I want an opportunity. And if you're going to create an opportunity, then I'm for it, fam. I'm all for it. So,
Right.
who is this? This Markeith Bankroll. What's
Marquis
popping with you,
Bankroll.
fam?
What's good, bro? Yep.
He said Trump is turning Democrat cities into war zones. You should be scared. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Most definitely. But I ain't. They shouldn't be looking for me, fam. For
Right.
what I'm doing. And I was watching a city council video today, and the people from Charlotte, they was advocating for Trump to send the military to the city. And I don't even think Charlotte like that, man. That ain't even necessary, fam. And they was advocate. Well, not today. It was Friday because they had the city council meeting on a weekday.
So my point is, we see all this white violence that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if you the president? You know that we got school shootings. Capital crimes in America are dominated by white men. We got family side. That's when somebody actually unalives themselves and the whole family. Leading course of white men. Then we got pedophilia, dealing with children. A leading white men dominate this crime. What would you do? Because we hear a lot of black fatigue. We hear a lot of, black people talking about how bad it is, being dealing with black violence. What is your take on all of this violence and this racial violence thing? And what would you do? And what would your message be to kind of change things up?
The first thing I want to address too is that you said that I hear a lot of people talking about black fatigue and black violence. And to be honest with you, when I look on the YouTube streets, I be sick of, you know, people monetizing our culture in a debaucherous way. And the people look like us, fam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's disrespectful. Me, I really don't have no answer for what to do. But when I look at the laws, because we just got through talking about the laws when we was doing the Diddy topic. You
Mm-hmm.
know, laws need to be changed and altered in multiple ways. Why they charging Diddy with a law that's 115 years old, the Mann Act? But then, you know what I'm saying, when you have these people doing these things that these Caucasians are doing, shooting these schools and these churches and stuff, man, I ain't for guns. We talked about it on the last episode. I ain't for guns.
Right.
I hate guns. I feel like it need to be stricter rules and regulations on guns. And if you can trace things back, like how they tracing us with these phones and stuff, put something in them guns then.
Well, okay, well, let's look at it like this. People in your city, you saying people in Charlotte, they advocating for the
National Guard.
advocating for the National Guard to come to the city, right?
Mhm.
Shout out to Markeith. He just said 2 dead, 14 injured in a Montgomery, Alabama shooting. This just happened today. Probably another Caucasian man shooting up something. So what I'm saying is they'll bring the National Guard for something for us that's, I don't think as serious as what we got going on today.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I mean, we got kids being shot up. We got schools being shot up. We got police officers being shot up by white men. Why are we like, what is going on that we got to feel like that something that's happening in the hood is just so dangerous?
I'm going to tell you why, you know, I'm for that. What's going on in the hood too. I'm not in Memphis. I'm for the National Guard. I'm for it. I ain't even gonna cap to you. And I'm from Tennessee. I'm for it. Send them there today.
Yeah.
With the quick, they already there. We're gonna talk about it, and we got video on it though. But you know, when you think about these white incidents, it's a lone gunman. That's the difficulty in it. It's always a lone gunman, and I'm not defending them because, like my brother Eric Mahi, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I ain't even gonna try it.
Oh yeah,
He said I got white fatigue. I man, you know, I do also because they be doing things and they be speaking on us and talking crazy about people that look like us, and I just ain't really for it. I don't like it. But it's when I see those white guys going to schools and churches and stuff, it's a lone gunman. When I see Memphis, it's daily or weekly. Oh, call back in, fam, or I'll call you back. My fault. I'm gonna call you back after I give my take. When I look at Memphis, I talked about Frazier Holmes
right
last week. 43 murders in the same projects, fam.
Okay.
Different individuals, though. You know what I'm saying? At different times. It's just crazy, fam. Let me get Eric on, cause I wanna hear his take. We got time to give our takes. Answer the phone, family.
Make sure y'all hit that like button for hit that like button.
Fam ain't answering the phone. He just called the show now, Eric. What's popping, fam?
Hello?
Eric, you tapped into Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping, fam?
Hey, what's going on, my man? Long time no hear from, man. I'm the guy from out in Michigan.
Oh, salute, fam. Thank you for tapping back into the show, man.
All right, what's happening, man? Hey, your co-host was kind of right. He was saying Mo. What were you saying, man? My last name?
Moji.
No, your almost people used to say that too, but it's actually Mojay.
Mojay.
Okay. Yeah, I come from a big family, but everybody call us Mojay. They never called us Mojay. It was always Mojay.
What national? I never heard Mojay or or however you pronounce it, fam. What nationality is that, fam?
Creole.
Creole. Okay.
Okay.
Louisiana. My pops from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up,
Yeah,
fam.
yeah, yeah,
Now,
man.
hold on, that you said that. That's a great. It's been people have been saying that Creole is actually a black language. Like that's not strictly for Haiti. It's kind of like Louisiana had that. Can you tell us a little more about? Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know much about that myself, man, because my dad was Creole. He did
Right.
speak the language, but he didn't relay it to us because my mom, she was, you know, she was Black American. But all I know is it derives from Louisiana. Down in Louisiana, it's a lot of Creoles and Cajuns, and
Right.
I believe it's connected to Haiti. But he, you know, my dad didn't know as much of his history. You know, yeah. So
Right, but he
when he
wasn't
was
from Haiti.
getting down, no. He actually told me at one point that his grandfather was an escaped slave, and they were from Guinea. His grandfather was from Guinea, Africa. Now, I don't know how they got to Louisiana. I mean, I believe it was when they were being brought over, they escaped, and they escaped to the swamps of Louisiana. That was his. That's what he told me.
Gotcha.
And so I guess that kind of gelled in with Creole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I appreciate that education on that though, because I didn't know what, you know what I mean, nationality or lineage the name
And that's
was.
our nationality, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What did you hear, family, that we was discussing that you want to touch bases on, fam? So far we've been on.
It was a few things, man, but I know I haven't heard anything too much about the Carmelo Anthony thing. Can you guys enlighten me or update me on that? Because I haven't heard anything. The last I heard was his family was trying to get over, and you know they had to hire a court-appointed attorney. They're pretty much saying that, you know, I'm listening to different YouTubers, and they're saying they was just leaving the boy out to dry, pretty much. So
yeah, it's been from. I ain't got my phone muted you. I apologize, fam. It's been silent though. I ain't heard nothing on it, to be honest with you though.
Well, I broke something on it yesterday. It hasn't been much information, but what they doing right now with it is they trying to squeeze Carmelo Anthony with the media, because he was getting a lot of money from black people, and then they started running a media campaign and getting black people to stop sending the money, saying that they buying all of this expensive stuff and they didn't even pull the money out. So
that was
a campaign on him right now to try to get the influence to get people to, you know, change their views on him, but I don't think it's working. And I think with this recent stabbing of Mark Sanchez, I think it made his case a lot better, you know.
Right. Hey, and this is my thing too, man. Why are they so worried about what they're doing with the money? But you know, the thing is, Austin Metcalf's family was able to say, "Hey, we need to relocate because of what? Because your son got stabbed." Not to be heartless or anything. When do victims have to relocate? Unless they, you know, got hurt by the mob or something, that's different. But you know, but his family is paid, man. And let's be honest with you. How much did it cost to bury their son? You know, I'm not being insensitive, but less than 20,000. And they got the mother got money.
Yeah.
The father got money. I even heard the brother got money. So when is it gonna stop for them? And you know, after all this is done, guess who's gonna get paid? Mrs. Metcalf.
Yeah.
They're gonna have documentaries, all kind of stuff on her. She's gonna be on talk shows. She's gonna be on everything. You know, but it's crazy. I mean, just like the Shador Hendricks things. These people don't need all this money, man. You know.
Yeah. I
can see Carmelo's family needing to relocate because, you know, people are mothers. They want to kill that boy. You know. That's the cruel part of it.
Emmett Till, man. You see what they did to him, man. So you gotta.
And that was years ago. They want to start doing stuff like that again.
Yeah,
You know, they want, yeah.
And his trial date is set, but is he still out on bond?
Yeah, he's still out
Who
on
was
bond.
that? Carmelo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe he's still out on bond. I don't think he's going to be out to the court date, I guess, you know, until the sentencing, you know.
He can't relocate until after the court date, can he?
Right. But the family relocated, but I'm pretty sure it's still in that area, you know. I guess he has to register and, you know, all that because, you know, they did have to relocate because of all the flack they were taking, you know. And, you know, the people not realizing that he didn't do it. I mean, they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, but I just saw that about the football player that got stabbed. So I don't know what he did. All I heard is he got stabbed, but they ended up arresting him. So, you know,
right.
I didn't know
like
what
they
was
should have did. Like they should have did with Austin if he would have made it. If he would have been alive.
Yeah.
You go and you put your hands on somebody, and I can't judge a man for feeling like he got to protect himself, knowing the climate in Texas, you in the South, the history on what's going on. I can't judge him. So, I mean,
right.
I just feel like this is helping his case. It's helping Carmelo Anthony's case to see these football players be feeling a little, you know, like they could do anything and bully anybody.
Yeah.
And that was a case on TV, you know.
Yeah, he's a little dude. But here's my thing, though, man. They made such a big issue about this kid carrying a knife.
Right.
Knives, man, you know, this is what I always said. You know, I came up in school in the 80s. I see little white guys have little cases with the knives in it, utility knives, all the time. When they carry a knife, it's utility, but we carry a knife, it's a weapon. And I hate to see, like you guys were speaking on some of the Black conservative YouTubers, they were really at that boy's neck as if you don't carry a knife. Like in the South, they carry a knife like it ain't nothing. Just utility purposes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. They never said how big the knife was, but people always carried a little something on them, you know, whether you're a teenager.
Blade or something. You got something on you.
Yeah. You know, it's normal, you know. But I was kind of lost because I hadn't heard anything about it. And it's like, did you guys ever see any videos of it? You know, the video did they ever come out with the video?
Nah, the video ain't been released.
Well, they released it. They released it for people to see, but then somebody decided to go on TikTok or something and put something on the video, so they suspended it. Now you can't even watch the video.
It was
they trying to hide something, man. They trying to railroad that man, man. That's the case, because if it was so clear that he did that to that boy, that would have been, you would have never saw the end of it.
Was it released early or was it released after it started?
It was released privately. You had to go into the county and you had to go in there and watch it. So it wasn't like they were just going to release it on the net. But that tells you something. Look at all the video and other stuff that we see with everybody else. You know what I mean?
In a high school event too?
Yeah.
Kids ain't doing nothing but pulling out cameras. They pulling out cameras quicker than me, you, and your guest. I don't know your name. They pulling out cameras quicker than us all together. What's happening, Rob?
That's my boy, Water God, Rob.
Okay. I'm Eric. I'm from out near Detroit, man, and
Eric,
you know, I know Travis inquiring about some more property out here, but I said, man, it ain't even. I mean, you know, you might find something. I don't know. It's kind of tight.
There. I wanted to know your take on something though, Eric. You know, before you called in, we was talking about the National Guard going to these Democratic cities, and we was bringing up why they ain't going to places where Caucasians are acting a fool at. You know what I'm saying?
That's been the propaganda for years, man. You know that's been the whole propaganda for years. It's only crime in the Democratic Black ran cities. That's why. They're not going to Montana, you know. And then when they do something, it's just out of the blue. A lot of times, I think their crime is a little different, whereas it just comes out of the blue. A mass shooting out the blue. you know, a domestic killing out the blue, you know, in house, where we known for more. Our stuff is more out there, like you know.
You know what you just made me aware of that I don't want to say because it's gonna sound like I'm speaking down on my own people, but I'm not. It's more like ours is organized crime through gangs and stuff.
Right, right. And so that's what they know where to come. They're gonna come to Detroit pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. But they know it. In theirs is more seem like it might be more. I
Lone
don't know how if
wolf
you
lunatics.
yeah, lone wolf lunatic. The wife is going you had the husband killed the husband, had the wife killed, you know, stuff like that, you know, and it's just, you know, it's different, but they, you know, they doing just as much. And the thing is, and people say, "Oh, I got black fatigue." Well, I have white fatigue, but the real truth of it is, man, this is a very demonic place right now in America. Everybody's doing wrong, but they just try to make it seem like we're doing wrong. Everybody's doing wrong, man. Yeah. Everybody's taking advantage of the welfare system. Everybody's scamming. Mm-hmm. Everybody's hurting each other. It ain't just black on black. That's just that's the propaganda that's been set out for years, man. And they just shoving it down their throats, shoving it down, and they just believe it and believe it. And I don't think they really believe it. I think a lot of Caucasians don't really believe that, but it's a way to just keep a knee on our necks. You know, I think it's really they just want to keep a knee on our neck for some reason. I don't know what the hate is. You know, you got more power than us. You can go get a job quicker than us. You can go start a business quicker than us. What's the problem? We down, you know, and I don't understand it. But I don't want to make y'all more, like I don't want to make it more like, crazy than it is. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. And I have nothing about the Israel thing. I can't even grasp what's going on with that one, man.
We get ready to get into that, and we got a multitude of topics left. Eric, if you heard anything else you want to discuss while we continuing the show, we'll appreciate it if you call in. Thank you. Thank you for your time and your perspective, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. You guys, I'm just gonna sit back and tune in for the rest of the live stream, so I'm cool.
Hey, have a blessed night.
Thank you. Shout out to Detroit, man. Detroit in the building.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Yes, sir.
What up, though?
That's my dog, man. He been calling into all my shows lately when I go live. I ain't been going live that often, but buddy, he call in and support and give his perspective, and salute to the brother though, man. Real talk. Let's get into this. Let me read a little bit of this article though, or should I play the video first?
Yeah, because they don't know what's going on with Israel, so let's let them get an understanding of what's going on, so we can,
okay,
have a better understanding.
Let me see if the video play. First of all, tell me if you can hear it or not. Oh Lord, they got a commercial. Let's talk before the commercial comes. I like YouTube content too because I can pay for that premium and cut that commercial out, but. As soon as the commercial go off, I'm going to let him
play. He did. It was actually quite a short statement.
Can you hear that, my brother?
3 or 4 minutes long. And he basically tried to sell what's unfolding now and what will unfold in the negotiations as nothing short of a major accomplishment, and said Israel is on the cusp of this major accomplishment, but it's still not done yet. He effectively promised the country of Israel that potentially in the coming days, and perhaps before the end of the holiday of Sukkot, which is going on now, Israel could see all of the hostages released from Gaza. That's 48 living and deceased, 20 of whom are believed to be alive. In exchange, and this is kind of where he puts down his own red line for negotiations, Netanyahu said that Israel would not withdraw its military from the territory it has seized within Gaza. Israel controls 75% or more of the battered territory, and Netanyahu said that in exchange for the release of the hostages, Israel will not withdraw its forces, at least not in any major way. So he is effectively laying down his own red line for negotiations and saying Israel will continue to hold and occupy this territory. He also says it was military pressure that brought it to this phase. In the first stage, he says Hamas will release all of the hostages. Israel will hold his territory. Again, he pointed that out several times. And then he said in the second stage of the ceasefire proposal laid out by President Donald Trump, Hamas will be disarmed. And he says that will happen either diplomatically or militarily. He called it the easy way or the hard way. He says that he will not allow these negotiations to go on and that Trump agrees with him. The negotiations have to happen within days and that Trump will not allow these negotiations to be dragged out by Hamas. Netanyahu is trying to push this process forward to wrap it up effectively with the release of the hostages or the end of negotiations and the resumption of the war, it seems, as quickly as possible within a matter of days. In terms of what we're seeing on the streets, it is a Saturday night, and we are seeing a massive protest that's going on right now in Hostages Square in Tel Aviv. There is one big sign there that says it's now or never, so you can see the call from a large majority of Israeli society to get this over the line and for Israel to do what it takes, for Netanyahu to do what it takes to seal this deal that would bring home the remaining hostages and end the war.
Let me get to reading a little bit of the article of what Trump was saying and what had been said. So Trump urges swift action. U.S. President Donald Trump is keeping pressure on both Israel and Hamas to move forward with his Gaza ceasefire plan. Trump says Israel has agreed to an initial withdrawal line and that a ceasefire would be immediately effective if Hamas also approves. What each side is saying, Hamas says it's ready to enter negotiations for the release of all hostages, but has stopped short of accepting Trump's proposal unconditionally. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has expressed optimism that all hostages will be released within days. U.S. delegation, Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, and son-in-law Jared Kushner are traveling to Egypt for discussions on the proposal, according to two U.S. officials. In Gaza, despite Trump's assertion that Israel had temporarily stopped bombing the enclave, dozens of people were killed Saturday in Israeli strikes, according to the information from Gaza's hospital. I'm gonna read this too, but let's converse for a minute though. Water.
Right. So our people, I mean, on our channel, we know about, the bombings and the war. A lot of people don't know about that, but like the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, North Carolina, where you at, there was some black towns that got burnt down. And all of them had the same similarities. It was a white woman falsely accusing a black man or something. And then the whole town just got burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
So what this kind of relates, I mean, how we looking at this is, we was getting our towns burnt down from 1919 all the way. I think the last town that got burnt down was in the 30s. So from 1919
before that too. Before that too.
Yeah, even before that. Yeah, even before 1919. But I remember the big 1919 massacre.
Red Summer.
The Red Summer. And we had Tulsa, we had Rosewood, we had North Carolina. We had, around this time, it was about, I think, close to about 100 cities. 100 more cities, give or take, that pretty much is no longer there to this day. I mean, Rosewood is still there. So what do you think about this today? How does this relate to what we experience, to what they're experiencing over there in Hamas?
I don't know the land location, the ownership, but when I think about real estate, because I went to school for real estate learning, and my mind always go to who monetized the land, who chose to say that this is mine. You know what I'm saying? And this piece of land is mine. And if you don't want to come off of this piece of land, it's war for it. And I don't know if this is these people original land, but I know that Israel is trying to take over that whole strip and monetize that strip, and they just taking it, fam. And America is helping with reinforcing it, and they just using the same methods that, you know what I'm saying, America used to steal land and take land from and hurt black communities and all type of stuff like this. But this ain't no community. This is a whole, like a countryside,
Lineage.
ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to remove them or make them assimilate with them.
Right. So
And they ain't even the original people of that land. Them are see, you gonna have me.
I'm saying saying this, and this is what I'd be saying. If we would have handled this problem back then in the 20s, because this is the kind of stuff that they was doing. See, and it's like now we still got this kind of stuff going on.
It's
land grab.
Yeah,
it's been going on forever. But it's more hitting now. They don't see it as like, if you think of what happened to Black Wall Street in our town that got burnt down, people just think it was just some gang violence. It was a mob. It wasn't like it was a strategic event. Just like we're not saying that with Hamas. It was like, oh, somebody attacked us and we just went overboard. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
the Native Americans and everything got their land took though, fam, and got resorts for it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is disingenuous because it was a lot of fake Indians, man. I mean, I don't think all of them Indians was 100%. I think the migration game is crazy. See, the white people gave away 2 billion. This is from Claude Anderson. He said they gave away 2 billion acres of land here in America. And they said the wealth of this nation is going to be in the land. So if you ain't giving black people no land, but you got people coming over here from Irish, you got them coming over here from, Europe.
Yeah.
And you got the Homestead Act and you're just giving them land. You just giving them land.
To this day? Not to this day, though.
Not to this day, but I mean, they gave away 2 billion acres of land to Caucasians only.
To the English people.
Right, to white people. That's who got the land. And that's how the wealth, was really put in on their people.
Because when you look like her in North Carolina, when I look at the names of cities and streets and things, it's kind of spooky because it's a lot of England, UK type names. The Queen Charlotte, Queen City. You know what I'm saying? Going all the way up the coast, all of that stuff is named after what is that? Plymouth Rock and all of that old type of stuff. New England, Boston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things that's named after
New York.
those.
Yeah.
New York, yeah. To me, to be honest with you, the only solution I see is physically taking stuff, fam. I don't, if you ain't gonna go to war for it, you can't even care about it, to be honest with you. Because that's how they occupy and take their things. I don't think it's out intellectually, you know what I'm saying, out intellecting people. I think it's physical behavior.
You gotta out muscle them. Yeah, I mean, violent. I mean, listen, I'm for, we don't need to be really going at it with nobody, but we understand in our community that violence is the only thing that gets you respected. If people know you ain't go bust a grape with a sledgehammer, what's the point? What's the point of me even, you know what I'm saying? Even listening to you, you know what I'm saying?
That's why, like, sometimes I'm too short and sweet with the answer, fam, when it comes to conversing about war and stuff. The main thing that I hate, I'm too short and sweet. I really can't make it a full length conversation because at the end of the day,
that's
it's
something
just
we got to do on a whole nother platform. Yeah.
it's really not it's not a discussion, it's an action. That's what these people that be into politics be talking about, like the Brandon Tatums, and we was looking at Buddy live last week. You was playing this live. What's his name? Myron Gaines. They talking about all of that on their platforms and things, but I really don't think it's a discussion. It's just an action.
Yeah. You
To be
can't
honest,
really talk. Yeah, once you get fed up, or once you know that somebody done took advantage of you, it's like, they done took your people's stuff. It's like, right, at some point you're gonna have to stand on business. I mean, whether
yeah,
you like it or not, just
yeah, but it's let's read Markeith's comments
yeah,
right quick. He said Trump warns of massive bloodshed. Hamas fails to agree to peace deal. Move fast ASAP. Yeah, because I feel like the military got weapons that we don't know nothing about. The citizens of America right now has been too caught up in people are lost in the South still with iPhones, fam. That's still the technology that people are concerned about. I feel like the US military got stuff that scare the daylight out of folks, just like how you showed me those lasers last week.
right. No, people got to be knowing what's going on, because a lot of these dudes walk around here with these magazines and these Dracos, and they thinking that, what I'm saying, you tough, bro. And it's like, bro, they got some stuff out here right now that you wouldn't even want to have it. That'll
Man, you
put
and
you at a disadvantage, because they got stuff that's, it's unlimited rounds. It's zapping you. It's a laser. They using this. They
yeah,
got it right now, bro. A laser, and this is allegedly with that. And I don't even like saying his name because they be making my
don't say
channel
it. Man.
yellow. I
Don't
ain't
say
gonna
it.
say his name, right? But they are saying right now, CK, they saying right now that
Mhm.
whatever hit that boy and they didn't see no blood come out, it wasn't a bullet. Now, this is allegedly. They're saying that it had to
Yeah.
be something else, because if you would have hit him for the front, you would have seen it. They
Mhm.
broke the video. I think I did that on one of my lives. I broke the video down and showed what the specialist guy was saying, like what could have happened.
Yeah.
And it don't look like nothing that's going. You
Yeah.
wet somebody up, you see a mess. You get what I'm saying? Boom,
Mhm.
boom. We seen JFK get shot. We seen a piece of his head was like,
Yeah. Yeah. And that was from a distance too.
that was from a
Yeah.
distance. You knocking off something. A 36, bro, a 0306 is knocking off something. It's not, you ain't just getting shot and punctured through. You seeing a mess.
Yeah.
And I ain't see that. So it's just something that I'm trying to bring aware to my people, to let them know that they're already testing different weapons that you don't even know about.
And that's what to me, my concern about these wars, water and them funding the wars, is that if what Trump ran on is getting his people back thriving, if
Right.
that's his real concern, and he's standing on business with this Hamas and Israel thing, then make sure that you end it, fam, or try your best to set an example for other countries. If y'all want to go to war, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen to you. We're going to end it fast, because we ain't got time for this. We got business to handle, things that we got to work on, and get our country back to relevance, because we got millions of homeless people now. We got
Right.
millions of people that's illegally over here. We got to tighten up. We can't be worried about what y'all got going on. So that's what the only thing that I could take from this is that I'm glad that he's doing that, and he's speaking the way he's speaking. End it, man. For real.
Right.
They take their land, take their land. It's just
Right. You
I
saying
can't
just
help.
end it.
Yeah,
But
just
me, fam, I think that Trump is a white Obama. The same thing that Obama did for us when he got in there. And we
damn.
was like, man, I felt so good. I'm like, man, Obama, man, we got us one in there, man. We in here. And
Yeah.
then after I seen what he was doing for the LGBT community, I felt, dude, I was pissed at politics. I didn't like politics at all, fam. I was like, bro, I never get involved in this.
All
Don't
right,
play
so
my feelings like that.
his name ain't even
I
Barack
think the
Obama, fam.
same thing. I think the same thing happened, fam, to Trump and the Caucasian crowd. I think he just played them. Like they looking like, damn, you still finna send all this money to this other. I thought it was make us great again.
Yeah.
They feeling duped. In my opinion, that's just what I feel.
Nah, I understand what you're saying wholeheartedly, fam. And I'm gonna read some of the people's comments that is tapping into the show. And I like your take. I want to address your take after I read these individuals' comments. Governor Gavin Newsom Trump administration has deployed California National Guard troops to Oregon. What's going on in Portland? Are you out there on the West Coast, fam? Markeith, call into the show and educate us, man, on what you talking about. Because I've been hearing about what's going on in Portland, but I ain't been tapped in, man. It's so much stuff going on, water. I can't keep up with everything. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
impossible.
keep up with everything, but I mean, the main thing is we got to keep up in is knowing that this empire is crumbling. It's crazy times we're living in, and I think the trust in the system is leaving, and it's some things that's happening that we got to be aware of, because I think it's gonna be a place for us to be able to be in a better world than we ever had.
Yeah.
You ask me,
Yeah, some things can change though. That could help the world, but I'm of the belief. I want to know what you think about this, Rob. And it could be that I'm dark minded, or I might have a negative connotation of the world, but I think the world will never get better. I think it's only gonna get worse. I don't think it'll ever get better. I think it's just
unless
gonna get worse, 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 and worse. It ain't never got better.
right, unless we have to, everything gotta get so bad that where everything is not. That's when I think it's gonna be time for us to rise, and it's getting to that point, man.
The only time. I'm sorry for keep going, fam. I've got excited.
I said the debt going extremely high. It's just something gonna have to give. Something gonna have to give.
The only time I seen the world get better was when COVID initially hit. It was beautiful outside. People were scared to go outside. It was complete silence. Wasn't nobody out. Folks wasn't at work. The world, it just seemed like, I don't know, it was a peaceful, beautiful time when COVID first hit. And it's sad to say though, but a lot of deaths and stuff was happening. But it was sad to say. Let me read the comments, fam, because we getting behind a little bit. Brothers, we are living in very interesting times. Salute to my dog Gary, man. I would love to hear your voice, Gary, and how you educate us with whatever is on your mind. You the OG of the show, man, and we appreciate hearing your voice every single time you call in. And Mama Lisa agreed with Gary. She also said you showed us the video. And Markeith said a lot of immigrants out there, bro. Yeah, they own the West Coast, them immigrants. Mama Lisa said, I'm sure I can say what I want to say, what I think about CK and what happened to him. Please don't get our channel took down, Mama Lisa. Hey, you can say what you want to say, but you know how they play now. They're gonna try to get rid of us on this thing, man.
I'm trying to take that pay.
A lot of immigrants is out in Minnesota too. They'll try to take the pay water, but they'll try to take our channels down, fam.
Channel, right?
It's based upon stuff that we said. I'm gonna put this on the screen though, but I don't know how many people we got in here that is like parents or whatever though. But I talked to you about this in the back of the room or whatever, the break room or whatever of the channel. But I want to play a clip about laws that's being changed and parents. And I'm interested in learning from people that are parents about this.
A string of car break-ins over the weekend has now led to charges against 3 suspects and several of their parents. Police in Gloucester City arrested a 16, 17, and 19-year-old over their alleged involvement in a series of burglaries early Sunday morning. But when police charged the teens, prosecutors opted to also hold their parents to account, accusing them of failing to supervise their children. New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman has the details tonight.
3 arrests were made after the alleged thefts from vehicles, but the parents...
We're going to play that clip back. I think we got the caller calling in. Is this Gary?
Yeah, this is Gary, brother. Brother Trevor, what's up? What's up?
What's going on, family? What's going on? We appreciate hearing your voice,
What's
man.
up, Gary, man? Good to hear from you.
Thank you. What's up, brother Rob? Blessings, man. Blessings, man. I was trying to get in, but I think they are messing with your show, man. The signals are getting all cross and stuff.
We talking that talk on her though, Gary. That's probably
yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to comment on what had happened in Chicago with the big raid by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I talk on that?
Educate us, please.
Okay, if you notice, everybody came out. They were acting like they were just going after foundational Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, and that was the issue that they were pushing on the mainstream media, and a lot of the posters were coming out on the social media. But what I found out is a lot of the people that lived in that building were Haitians and Nigerians, and it was a large contingent of the gang, the Trevor, the Argentinian gang. You know which one I'm talking about?
I can't pronounce it, but I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
So
they,
something like
that. And what I found out is they were going after them because they had murdered somebody in that building. You hear what I'm saying? And they got about 37 of them out of the building. And they're not putting that on the news. They got 37 of actual members. If what I understand, they really weren't bothering any Black Americans over there at all. And a lot of Black Americans were trying to move out of the building because the gang had taken over the building. But for some reason, they're trying to pull us Black Americans into this immigration thing. So they're trying to make it look like they're attacking us, and we can't be deported. Up under the 14th Amendment, you know, we're citizens. And so, but they're trying to make it look like some kind of way that we can be imported. So I guess they're trying to pull us into their issues to give them some clout to combat what's going on with the mass deportations that are going on right now. So what do you brothers think about that?
I've been aware of that lately too, though, that they're trying to align themselves with us, the immigrants and everything. And then it seems like when I listen to mainstream media, when they speak about Black, they ain't speaking about foundational Black Americans. They talking about, these immigrants and migrants that's coming from these other countries that's committing these laws and crimes. And it seems like they're using that word Black to try to string us all together. And you even got Black folks on these platforms talking like that also, fam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Have you heard about that new song that just got released by Mona Lea, the one Sexy Solange?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a real big hit right now. And Solange really is another word for foundational Black Americans. The guys that created that, they want to show with Tariq, and he came on and said it's another way of saying foundational Black Americans. It comes from a word they call autonotosis, which means Aboriginal. So when that word means Aboriginal, but because it has soul AAN in it, a lot of people would think that it meant African American, and that's not what it meant.
Yeah.
What they said. So there's a lot of non FBAs are trying to latch on to that word, but they can't because it's still another way of saying FBA. The creators said that that's what they created it for, so they can't really use that word for any other thing than meaning FBA or Black Americans. But a lot of the Tethers are trying to latch onto that, but they don't realize they don't have any ground to stand on, because the owners came out and broke it down. And when she came out and made it popular, she did say she's a Black American princess, right? So a lot of the Tether women are running around saying they Black American princesses now because her record is such a big hit.
Wow.
And so they're trying to for some reason, man, we're so important. We're much more important than what we think we are. Everybody's trying to latch on to us. Now, I know that we're very spiritual and God is moving with us right now. And we're making a lot of progress, even though a lot of us don't think we are.
Yeah.
And we're on everybody's conversation. Everybody's talking about Black Americans all over the world. And, well, they've been communists, but we're so spiritual, man. And I guess a lot of people, we're so down to earth and real, I guess, because we're God's people, and He's looking out for us, and we overcome all of the battles and stuff, and we still come out on top. And everybody's still attacking us. And we're still coming out on top.
You know what's crazy, Gary? I don't mean to cut you off or whatever, though, but I think we kind of to the point where we we too nice and too spiritual and too humble at the end of the day. I don't want to promote where my mind is taking me on the YouTube channel though, but you know, sometimes I feel like we too nice, man, and we using our frustration. Some of us, I don't want to say all of us because I don't want to promote that. Some of us are using our frustration out on each other instead of using our frustration out on something that could benefit us all.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. But most of us are, and it doesn't, a lot of us are on code right now, which is, I don't know if you guys really know that, but it doesn't take a majority of us to be on code.
Yeah.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if you look back, yeah, there's a quote that says, one man of courage is a majority.
Mm-hmm.
It does not take that many of us to move the needle in a positive way for us. And I agree with you, right? We've been overly nice to everybody. That's why they've been able to come in here and try to cosplay us and act like they're us when they're not. You know, you take the governor up there in Maryland, a Jamaican guy, and he was the one, he voted down the reparations bill in Maryland.
I know.
He overrode it. And he's, from what I understand, he has a Jamaican background.
Yeah.
So he's not a full-blooded Black American. He's not full-blooded FBA. He might be mixed, half-blooded or something like that. But his allegiance is to Jamaica.
I remember I did a video on him, and you commented on that video. Westmore. Westmore.
Yeah, Westmore.
Yeah.
Westmore.
Yeah, but see, the real issue too is that I think the government is behind this. I'm not saying that. I feel like they're playing this because when we see these same people in the politicians, it should be FBA running through that, politicians 100. Look at this Cash Patel guy we got. How can we have people defending the country that got allegiance to other countries? It make no sense. You can't even be in politics if you ain't born and you wasn't of this land. It don't make no sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Look at Ilhan Omar, the chick from Somalia, right? They going after, they get ready to try to deport her, right? She's a congresswoman from Minnesota, right? She's Somalian. She was born in Somalia. Now she's coming out and saying she's Black American. She's trying to get Black American support. I'm like, look at this. Everybody's trying to hide behind us.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about deporting her. She said, well, I'm Black. I'm Black American. So she's trying to get the Black American support. She's never been down with us. She's always been down with the Somalians. But everybody's trying to hide behind
the higher ups.
Yeah. You know, now that she's in trouble, she's trying to get us to back her.
Gary, I got something to ask you though. When did this seems like it's fairly new, because I remember at one point in time you had to serve in the military to be the president. You know what I'm saying? You had to be
right.
It seems fairly new that people coming from other countries and they becoming representatives and governors and senators, and you know what I'm saying? They getting powerful political positions. When do you think that started to change, or has that always been a thing?
No, it hasn't always been a thing. I'm not sure. I think it was Bill Clinton when he was one that really wasn't in the military. I think it changed with Bill Clinton because most of the other presidents had military service, and it made a difference. And on the issue of being citizens, there's some kind of bill in Congress now that's trying to pass that you have to be at least 3 or 4 generations before you can run for any political office. And I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think that especially if you're going to be on the Black Congressional Black Caucus, I think you have to be FBA because most of the members in the Congressional Black Caucus are not FBA. They're not Black Americans.
Yeah,
but you know what they are. You know what they are. They do rep some type of lineage. I don't want to get none of our channels going. But anybody that you see that's FBA, if they really FBA, only way they get in is if they take the oath. You get what I'm saying? Some kind of way they took an oath and kind of, you got to pledge to something else that ain't of the of your people. You know, like they ain't letting me and Trev or you, Gary. Yeah, we don't go in there. We don't qualify because we haven't gone through the right indoctrination. and they pick these people just like Jasmine. What's her name? Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett, and nobody knows that she's really FBA.
Right, but even if she's FBA, she claimed something else before FBA. You get what I'm saying? She throwing up other signs that ain't got nothing to do with repping her lineage, and that's how I look at us. FBA, you got to rep your lineage first and own it.
Right.
I can't.
Right. No, I heard something interesting. You were talking about they have to take that oath, right?
You can't serve two masters. Trying to serve us.
You skipping a little bit, Rob. We can't hear you. You going in and out. What you're saying?
My bad. I was saying that they're taking oaths. Dang, internet skipping. They're taking oaths on the other side, so we can't trust nobody that's taking any kind of oaths with anything other than pledging to the lineage of us, our ancestors. You know.
Right. We're legitimate people. We're the conscience of America.
Right.
Okay. Could you hear me, Trev?
You crispy clear, girl. You crispy.
Oh.
We the conscience of America. I'm listening.
Yes. Look, let me talk. Rob was talking about them taking the oath. I was listening to one of these channels. They would call them far left, right? And they said that most of the congressmen and judges have not pledged to the Constitution.
Right.
Did you get what I just said?
Yeah.
Have you heard about that? I don't want to go too far. I don't want to get the channel flag.
Right. You good, but you right on point.
Okay, I'm good on that. A lot of them have avoided taking their pledges because they know if they take their pledges, they'll be obligated up under the Constitution, to defend against enemies, domestic and foreign. So yeah, Rob, you're right. A lot of them have been paid off. They're compromised. You're absolutely right. On both sides of the aisle, the conservatives and the Republicans.
I'm gonna tell you. Even though, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Gary.
Go ahead, brother. Say it, Trev.
I'm gonna tell you something that I think though. I feel like a lot of these guys, like we shouldn't be representing them or speaking or even expecting them to do something because they willing participants to the movement of, they want to be a part of that. They want to be, not representing the whole of the Black community. They want to be a part so they can feed their family and get in with the get along individuals. They don't want to be, standing on business for real.
Right. Yeah, 100% right.
And they make it obvious.
I'm going to land my plane, but I want to leave everybody leave with something, a bit of hope. There's a spiritual battle going on right now, and the Almighty is behind it. So realize that everything's going to work out for our good, because there are things that He's doing that they always leave out God. Everything when these connivers and conspirators get together, they think they're so damn smart. But there's a creator. You're only the creation. There is a creator. And remember that the world is His, and the glory of the world and those that dwell therein. And His will is going to be done regardless to whether you know it or not. And believe that everything's going to work out for our good. And it's working out. There are a lot of forces working on behalf of us. And we're God's people, and God is working on behalf of us. We're going to be fine. I don't see too many Black people freaking out right now. Black Americans. Everybody else is freaking out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And we cool. So just remember that everything's going to be all right for us. And I'm going to land my plane again. Thank you, brothers, for letting me come on, okay?
And good to see always, man. We'll appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. My dog right there, man. Gary,
salute to the OG, man. Yeah, I like what Gary's saying, man. Like I'm telling you, they take oaths. They take oaths, man.
It's obvious, fam. They gotta be taking oaths. They can't get in without taking an oath. All that voting folks in and stuff, that's cap.
Right.
It's interesting how he spoke about God at the end, because a lot of the people that I heard speaking in those political realms are the Black conservatives that I heard talk on YouTube and stuff. They speak Christianity and religion and stuff, and their actions don't align with what they, say that they are a part of. That's what I wanted to say.
Right.
Let's get back into the conversation we was about to have though, because laws is changing. We talking about certain things that I feel like need to be altered with laws and stuff. And we may have some parents watching, and I want to know y'all perspective on this in the comment section. I want y'all to call in on this topic at hand. Rob, I want to know your perspective about parents being held accountable for their children's actions.
A string of car break-ins over the weekend has now led to charges against 3 suspects and several of their parents. Police in Gloucester City arrested 16, 17, and 19-year-old over their alleged involvement in a series of burglaries early Sunday morning. But when police charged the teens, prosecutors opted to also hold their parents to account, accusing them of failing to supervise their children. New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman has the details tonight.
3 arrests were made after the alleged thefts from vehicles, but the parents of the juvenile suspects were also charged. Police say it's an effort they've been using for quite some time to cut down on juvenile crime. It was early Sunday morning, around 1:30. Surveillance video shows 3 people walking near vehicles in the Highland Park section of Gloucester City. Police say it was these 3 who were arrested a short time later for breaking into cars and stealing things. You can see one trying to access cars in a driveway across the street, running from the house when a light goes on. Denise Glassman says her son-in-law's car was hit, left unlocked on Saturday evening.
That's when he called the police and found out that they had got his car along with all the other cars on the street.
She says credit cards were stolen out of it, and his bike was also stolen out of the driveway.
His kids were upset. My grandchildren are very scared now that there's going to be somebody coming to take their things.
Police say several vehicles were burglarized over the weekend. 3 suspects were taken into custody. 2 juveniles from Camden, 16 and 17 years old, and 19-year-old Wesley Hunter from Cherry Hill. Hunter had outstanding warrants and was turned over to Camden County Police. The juveniles were released to their parents, who were also charged with failure to supervise their child.
If somebody came to my house and said my kids did something wrong, I would take responsibility. Absolutely. These parents need to take responsibility.
The police chief says the charge typically involves an appearance in municipal court and likely a fine. Folks in the neighborhood say they're relieved to hear about the arrest, but are still taking precautions.
So between the dogs and the Ring camera, we just watch out for each other. It's a small little neighborhood that we live in, and that's what we do.
Police are asking people to be vigilant. They're also asking people to check their vehicles for signs of burglary. Detectives have some recovered stolen items that they would like to get back to their rightful owners. Reporting in Gloucester City, New Jersey, Trish Hartman, Channel 6, Action News.
We got a caller calling into the show, Water.
Let's get it.
You tapped in the Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping? Hello?
Hello, this is Mama Lisa.
Hey, Mama Lisa.
Hey, Water Guy TV.
No, we love you now.
I love y'all too. I really do.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna hang on the line.
I think you got your Can you turn your TV down in the background, Mama Lisa?
That's what I'm saying. I'm watching the phone, Papa in there watching a football game. So I'm just gonna move into the other room and leave my phone in the other room.
Thank you.
Now, is that better?
Yeah, you said. What have we been talking about? What have we been talking about you want to touch bases on, Mama Lisa?
Am I on the line? Can you hear me?
Most definitely.
Yep, we can hear you.
How y'all doing? Now, I was calling, that's Trevor. That's your name, Trevor?
Yeah.
Okay, I love you boys. I do. I really do. Y'all know I was waiting on this here. I thought she was going to come online last night, and I fell asleep and fell asleep. Anywho, I took a nap today. I said, oh, Lord, I hope I didn't miss them. I got so much. I can't figure out which one but I would never say nothing to mess this channel up because I love it over here. And I know better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anywho.
We know.
Yeah, you know, my talking and carrying on, but I ain't crazy now. I know what I ain't going to say. But anywho, like the man said, I think it was Trevor. We just too nice. It's time for us to be like them nice nasty. A long time ago before y'all was born, probably is this woman Shahar, something like that. She run with what a man named the Muslim what his name?
Elijah Muhammad Farrakhan.
Yes, Farrakhan. She in a group with him. She said on the dot, and I've never forgot it. And I was a young girl. She said we the only group of people want to love everybody and nobody loves. And that is so true. And there's so much going on. You know, it just hurts my heart when I see a lot of these towns that the black folks talking down on the black folks. We got enough of them doing that to us. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We need to get together. And that's something I just don't believe it ever happened.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear anything about it went down there in Chicago and went in some apartment building down there in Canton, got hit by 50 black folks? Did y'all hear anything about that?
Yeah, they killed the older lady. They shot an older lady in there. That had me real upset. The police. Is that what you're referring to, Mama Lisa? That lady getting killed?
Yeah, they say they went there and took about 50 black young people, whoever, some apartment building. I was watching some town, say down there in Chicago and Canton. So they let them go, but they took them, you know. You know how they doing the immigrants, the Hispanics taking them. I tell you, I ain't got no strength. I ain't never had a fight, but I ain't going down without a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you mess with me. I'm not going down without a fight. I done made up my mind.
Right.
I'm putting all my might and strength in the Lord. So if so much happening, somebody says it's gonna get better. I just don't believe it's gonna get better.
Until it all, until it all go crumble down. That's the only way it's gonna get better.
That's ain't gonna get better. You gotta do something like the flood or something on God did, because I'm telling you, this is a mess around here. It's a mess. And every day is something else and something else. Every time I think, Lord, is that all they gonna do? The orange man come up with something else. Now, can I say that? I ain't in trouble, am I?
No. You're definitely not.
Oh, okay. I said the orange man. And Cano, and I really believe if anybody was listening when he won, he said they had a problem with some state. I was listening. I'll be listening what people say. He said, but that there Elon show is good with numbers. If y'all remember, that's what he said. And I used to really, I ain't none of them never did nothing for me. I just everything I get done for me, I do it, not the government. I worked all my life real hard and carrying on. They ain't asking for nothing. They ain't give me nothing. I ain't see nothing Obama did for me. I see what he did for the other folks. This what I wanted him to do in Canton. I wanted him to go in there and just clean house and get his own administration like this and here doing. And it just makes my heart good. Every time I tell them, like, so what Obama didn't do, they wouldn't let him do.
And when Obama was the president, the Democrats did have the House and the Senate, and he didn't even take advantage.
The House and the Senate. And them other last folks, I tell you, I'm like Trevor, which one are the lesser two evils? Didn't have really nobody to vote for.
Yeah. What am I voting for? It ain't gonna benefit me or my
people. What are we voting for? I'm like Trevor, There was nobody really to vote for. And they vote down there, and that's when I really lost all hope. All my dreams was gone. It was like the song said, January 6, 2020. That was a mess down there. If there'd have been us down there in Canton, they'd have been yet finding skeletons.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
We'll never let that happen. We need to wake up. I've been woke.
Yeah.
My people, I don't know what to do, and I can't stand it. Well, the white folks don't like us. They don't do nothing for us. They ain't supposed to like us. Do something for your own self. We know they don't like us.
Fact.
Yeah.
We better have some sense. And then they talk about us again on, and then we don't gatekeep like they gatekeep.
They gatekeep.
They talk about we lazy and carrying on. Who lazy? I ain't never been lazy. And it makes me, it hurts my heart when I see the young people and the people just, that stereotype. Don't give them that. We better than that. And they feel so they know if we get together, we can shake some stuff up. If we just was on one accord, we can shake some stuff up around here.
Yeah, we got to find.
And I tell you, they be praying for Obama. Praying for Trump. I shake some stuff up around here. We need to stand tall. And all the ones that can help, they got something, they can do something. They don't do nothing. I used to always talk about the people and what the homeless, they don't do nothing. The Lord spoke to me and say, do what you can do. I feed them once a month with my own money, man, Papa.
You
Do
in,
what we can do.
you in California, ain't you, Mama Lisa?
I'm in California, but I was born in Texas. Now you just gonna tell the rest of my
I'm
Wait,
snitching, Mama
I love
Lisa.
you, Mama Lisa. Yeah. I knew you was born in Houston.
No, Ken, I can talk. I'm gonna get somebody else to call in. They better call in because I'm called back. They don't.
Call back into the show, Mama Lisa. We can run down a few more topics. If you hear anything you want to discuss, call back in. We got to keep the show going because we got a few topics on the show today. If you're anything of your interest.
Okay. Yeah, what God said you want to ask me something? What you want to ask me? Why you on call now? You got your mama on the phone.
Right. I wanted to ask you about that story you wanted to tell me about the day about the white man that you know. So you got to call back and tell me that story.
That's the police. I was gonna cut him. I call back and tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Can she travel?
All right,
no time.
All right, I know y'all now. I'm gonna get off the line.
If you want to, go ahead and tell the story now, Mama Lisa. We trying to hear it.
Okay, this here what happened.
Go ahead.
I was at the grocery store in Canton, minding my own self business. I don't bother nobody. And so, but I, my mama always say don't mess with a scary person. A scary person that hurt you. I talk my, my truth because I was quiet all my life. Can't say what's on my mind. But I feel the old folks get a pass. Leave me alone. Anywho, I'm down there at the grocery store in Canton, and I always carry some in my pocketbook. You never know. Take the Lord along with you everywhere you go. But, you got to protect yourself with the Lord.
Right.
So I hold it in my hand, got to get to it quick. And so I hear somebody breathing on my neck. You can feel somebody breathing on their neck when they're too close to you.
Right.
So I got my piece and I turned around, and it was I looked up that big. I thought I wasn't gonna never look up. I finished looking up that the police was so big bald headed man. He said, "Ma'am, what are you doing?" I said, "What are you doing? You're too close. As a matter of fact, it's COVID. Give me 50 feet." And then he told me I can get in trouble for carrying that weapon. And I said, "You can get in trouble for being too close to folks." They're gonna ask my name and ID and stuff. I said, "I ain't getting you nothing. I ain't getting you nothing." He said, "You know?" I said, "No." He said, "Yes." He told me I can be arrested. I said, "I ain't going nowhere but home, sir."
No.
I stood my ground, and guess what I did?
What you did?
I ate my meal and went home. These folks ain't mess with me. They can't just be messing with folks for nothing. You did wrong. You got too close to me.
Yeah. You stood on business.
And it's over 50 feet. Talking about 6 feet, but I'm like Tupac. Give me 50 of them. Got in my car and went on home. I don't bother nobody. And I don't really get mad like that at these white folks because we know what everybody is. My people I get mad at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy as hell. Get on the line and talk about Diddy, and they made it a circus down there.
Most definitely.
It was terrible the way they did down there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And give these folks something to laugh and talk about us and that wasn't nice.
Yeah.
I ain't sorry for that woman. Only reason I'm sorry for the way he did her now. He shouldn't have flung that woman like that, but that wasn't his first time, and I feel in my heart that was a setup. She ran out that room for them cameras to see her.
Mm-hmm.
Got plenty of money. And I hear the people say that she went to help. And they just made me mad when they hear the newscaster. Well, hopefully she don't go in labor. When she had to testify. She didn't have to stay down there. She on that stage. Set the tail down.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Mama Lisa, we appreciate the story.
I appreciate that story, Mama.
Let us
keep giving it to
I do. Because I stand on business. I don't bother nobody. I ain't no criminal. Leave me alone. I'm just minding my own business. I got looked at me like he would. If I can read his thoughts, he said this would have said, "No, this N-word didn't." Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you ain't doing nothing wrong, I ain't in that. When you know you ain't doing nothing wrong, no. Mm-hmm. These people think they got some kind of power and privilege over us. You ain't got nothing over me.
Yeah. Right.
Nothing.
We need that energy, Mama Lisa. We need that energy. You stood on business.
But you know what? We got to be like Tupac say way back in the day. You got to be respectful when you put them in check.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
Straight up.
I ain't gonna never bring attention to myself. I'm respectful when I put them in check, and they don't like that.
Most definitely.
I put out the college work. You know, I went to college too. I get to talking to they get to looking at me like I ain't supposed to know what I'm talking about. Devil is lie.
Yeah, you know how to articulate yourself without violence. That's what they don't like.
That's
knowing
important.
What they don't like.
People don't like when you know how to speak and articulate yourself and ain't no feelings and emotions involved. Well, Mama Lisa, let us get the conversation back going till we get ready to bring.
Love you, Mama Lisa. Love you.
Okay, I love you too. I'm gonna put something there in that super chat. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Mom.
All right, love ya.
Love you too.
Love you.
Mama Lisa, hey, she get the going, boy, and get the cooking.
Boy.
I remember Mama Lisa
Back
now.
in her day, boy, you couldn't play with Mama Lisa. You see, you heard the story now. She ain't bowing down to nobody like Tupac.
You know, we done try to get that conversation up twice. We're gonna have to go ahead and skip that conversation, fam. About the parents taking responsibility for the kids.
No, let's bring that up. No, because I told you something about that. I said I agree with it. I feel like if you got your kid out here acting the ass fool, and it goes for them kids shooting up them damn schools too. If your kid go out here and shooting up a school, churches, especially black people, you need to go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
most definitely. Yeah.
They go out here and shoot up a black church. You need to go down with that too.
Yeah. Where they get the gun from?
Right.
Where they get the ideology from to dislike people that they don't even know nothing about? Yeah, that is true. That's interesting though. I don't got kids though, but I feel like and all the people I know that do got kids, they ain't nothing but a reflection of themselves. That's just, am I wrong in that water? Because I don't got kids. I'm most times kids are a reflection of who you are.
Of their parents.
I don't know how I feel about that law. I don't know how the people in the chat feel about that law or the people that's watching the show feel about them changing laws to where the parents would have to do the time for the kids' actions. But 99% of the time, those kids are a reflection of you, no matter what race it is.
I don't care what happened. Right. Yeah. I have to own up to anything my boys do. I have to be like, man, because you're responsible. When you're raising kids, you're responsible for what they put in their head. You can't say, oh man, my kid got brainwashed. I don't know what happened. No, it's up to you. Your job is to brainwash in the right way. So it's deep, but we gotta just make sure and it take a village too. We need more of the village. We need more community. You know what I mean? And not just focusing on the two parents. It gotta be like, shoot, if a little kid run down the street, you gotta be able to put them on game no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
And what's crazy about you saying that, even though I grew up in an impoverished community with no fathers in the home, I was raised by the street dudes and my friends' mothers and all of that. And in the neighborhood, they would look out for us. Is you hungry? You ain't dressed right, boy. You don't smell good. Go get you some clothes or go take you a shower or something. It was more of like we all may have not have had much, but we all supported and loved each other. If you hit my homeboy mama, don't do that. If she got a boyfriend and you hit my homeboy mama, then you're getting beat up by all the teenagers in the neighborhood.
Right.
You don't got no choice. Hit somebody mama out there. See what happens. Hey, you thinking that you just coming to get you some from such and such or whatever, and you just don't know that it's a community of teenage boys that's protecting everybody mama out here. So it's just interesting. It is true that you need a village, but nowadays a lot of people like to isolate themselves, fam. And homes, it's not, you can live in a community and never speak to your neighbors. To be honest with you, it's
how it is, because we think everybody crazy. You know what I mean? Especially here in Florida, it's like everybody think everybody crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that plays a role on it with the media coverage. It's like if you see crazy stuff all the time, you just think, I don't even really want to deal. Cause I'm an introvert, bro. I like to really rock with who rock with me heavy. If you rock with me heavy, I'm gonna rock with you. But you know what I mean? It's tough. I'm an introvert, so I don't really like big crowds and a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my share time of it, but that's not me.
You can be a extrovert when it's convenient and when you feel comfortable enough to, you know what I'm saying, be present with somebody instead of being introvert. You cool with being alone. I'm the same way, fam. I'm an ambivert actually. I feel as if, you know what I'm saying. I can be an introvert and an extrovert though.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. You know, that was just a crazy topic, fam, that I wanted to discuss with you because I'm not a father or whatever, but I see that laws are about to start changing in ways that could be detrimental to people and to families and stuff like that. And I felt like that was a good topic, and I appreciate your response, fam.
Yeah.
Let's get into this Rolling Stone article though, because you know I think we both covered this on both of our channels, but it's new things that done happened. And Rolling Stone put an article out, and I want to play a few clips of people that's upset with Bad Bunny getting the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The halftime show. And you know, he's been receiving backlash over his Spanish lyrics and all of that, and him not having no songs in English. And he said that you have 4 months to learn. So I think it's a video in this. If I can't find it, I'm just gonna read the article. Hold up, where the article at? It don't even pull up. Yeah. Yeah. So he said you got 4 months to learn. He was on SNL and he addressed the conservatives' complaints about his upcoming gig or whatever at the SNL performance. And you know, I let's just talk about it for a moment though, fam. Like, how do you feel, or what was your initial thoughts when you seen that Jay-Z chose Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl performance?
Jay-Z got his ties into politics. Because if you look at this, right, the NFL is there to make money, you know. So my point is, he fits with what they trying to do. I can understand the money play. You know, he is one of the popular artists right now, but he do fit that woke, that Democratic left profile. So I feel like this is political, and he showed us that by him selecting him he's down with the program. You know what I mean? He's down with that, in my opinion.
You know what's crazy about how he got with the program? I want to break it down a little bit before I play a few of the clips. He got down with the program by Kaepernick. You remember when he came and he spoke for Kaepernick, and then all of a sudden he said something is we done kneeling. I remember Jay-Z said we done kneeling, we past kneeling now. We trying to move forward and get involved with y'all and team up with y'all instead of like going against or creating something of our own. I meant to clip up this book that I had been reading titled The $40 Million Slave that talked about all our leagues being bought out and us leaving our leagues to go to the Caucasian leagues because they was offering more money. But we got to do a reaction to that book. You don't have to read it. You don't gotta read the book or nothing. I'm finish reading it. I think I only got like a few pages left, and I'm gonna clip up some of the audio clips and everything, and then I'm gonna present it to you next week. The $40 Million Slave. But I feel like Jay-Z is contributing to a lot of the dumb shit when it comes to this Super Bowl, and we was causing for people to boycott the NFL and the Super Bowl when Kaepernick was kneeling. Now you got white folks complaining. It just seemed like the NFL feel like they too big for their britches and they want turmoil just going on at all times, fam. Real talk. That's just what it feel like to me. They just want chaos.
Yeah, yeah, but look at what's happening with Jay-Z now. He's getting I think they done with Jay-Z. Look what happened with Nas. Nas got he got the casino out there in New York. Jay-Z is not, from all of the stuff that he did and didn't do, his name doesn't hold weight in the community. You get what I'm saying? And that's a problem when you've been doing all of this and making all the money, and now you want to speak for Cap and thinking you speaking for us. You got to speak for us in the way that the bottom feel you. And I think he's a type of guy that's gonna make money for the higher ups. He want to be in business with them. He want to negotiate with them. He don't want us with ownership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he want to contribute, not own. You know, what did Buddy say right here, the hidden one? He been saying a lot of things in his comment section, but you've been heard a whole hour and 45 minutes. My brother, my sister, or whoever you are watching. You know what I'm saying? Call into the show and give your perspective, because you've been saying a few things in here. You said, y'all really think Jay-Z run things when it comes to the NFL? I don't think that we ever said that, my brother, sister, whatever you are. You know what I'm saying? We never said that he run things. We just saying that he made the decision to, he's supposed to be the head of entertainment of the halftime show. So,
Right.
I just addressed that or
What
whatever.
they don't understand is on this show and how we talk about the people who they get their face used for political benefits and things that could, just like Barack Obama. We just talked about how we feel duped by him. These black people get in a position and they let us down. We don't feel like they're for us. And I don't care, how much money they make. They got to have a connection with us. You told me, we did a show last week and you told me about, what's that guy named, and he's popular with white people. I can't think his name, but they all talk great about him, can't
Is
get
he
his
a
name.
YouTuber?
He's not a YouTuber.
What?
He white men love him because he had a philosophy on blacks, and he talked about like our social upbringing and how like we could just pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. We did a video on him last week. A lot of people reference his name. I can't think of his name right now. Thomas Sowell. So, like he's saying, he think Jay-Z, like he's saying, y'all really think Jay-Z? No, we know who run things, but they use our people faces. And willing participants to make us turn and get the believe in what they want us to believe. That's the pimp of the game. You get what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Whoever
these black people ain't running nothing. You know what I'm saying?
The chosen one. Whoever's the chosen one, we're gonna put them up on a pedestal, and they're gonna automatically follow.
Exactly.
So we already know what you're talking about. It's just that I don't think he understands who we are and the message that we convey.
Right.
We converse until we work it out, till we have an understanding, so the people that watch our shows and converse with us can get a clear understanding for how we feel and what we think about any topic that we discuss. But I want to play a clip of this guy's talking about the NFL being too big for their britches and all of this, and we're gonna converse after the clip go off.
However, the definition of stupid, if you have a business, is to do things to make the majority of your business hate your business. But the NFL has done a great job over the decades of making themselves into a brand that they feel like is too big and they can do whatever the hell they want to do. What am I talking about? D'Angelo, so they've for the halftime show. Now, understand, Jay-Z is over the music and over the halftime show and stuff like that, right? I knew when they started featuring gangster rap music, like I knew that was a sign of the whole collapse of the United States culturally. And so when they did that, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a problem. But now they've taken the degenerate a nature of black culture. And now they've multiplied that into a non-English singing or rapping artist who is a cross-dresser who I don't believe loves America or the opportunity that it provides for him or provided for him. And so it shows the majority of the supporters in the nation that basically fuck you. We don't care what you do or what you think about it.
Yep. I'm with Mama Lisa on that one. They mad at that halftime show last year. Had too much black liberation, too much black power. Let's get this gay stuff back in there for these niggas, you know?
It is crazy to see what the halftime has went to and what it has come from. I understand what he was saying about Snoop Dogg too, and gang culture being shown on the television. I didn't, a 50-year-old crip walking on TV was kind of nasty.
Yeah, if you know, like it, and it's definitely if you understand the history of what gangs did for the Justice Department and for black people. When you understand the history of it, now you understand why would they be doing something like this, because Gary Owens, I think his name, not Gary Owens, but his name was Gary Webb. He was saying that, the CIA had ties to the Bloods and the Crips, like your WAC 100s and your Big U's. They were saying that them people had ties to them people. So what I'm saying is I can understand why that would want to be promoted because it did great things for the Justice Department and the black community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand too when I think about that. Think about how the perspective that you just gave, because they benefited from the destruction of us and the separation of us and us not unifying. That is a celebration for the higher ups and the people that is invested in the debauchery and the foolishness. Let me read what this brother has to say before I read the article, because while the clip was playing, I went and got another article of Bad Bunny addressing it because I want to see what he had to say, because I ain't seen it myself or read this article myself of what he had to say about people disgruntled of him getting the opportunity. But the hidden one said he has people behind him giving him the okay. And if you're not saying Jay-Z, say the person name who owns the NFL. The only reason I'm still here is because Mama Lisa was entertaining. Hey man, if you ain't entertained, you can go peacefully, and I appreciate your time, family. You can go peacefully, ain't no problem. We ain't hating. But I don't know the person's name who is giving Jay-Z the okay or who runs the NFL. The person who, probably we don't know that person, that individual. They don't want to be known. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
Mama Lisa she was standing on business though. Salute to Mama Lisa. Real talk.
Mama Lisa, man. The greatest right there. But with Jay-Z, he's basically he's trying to get us to point to the person who's the person. Like if it ain't Jay-Z running, but this is how business operates. You're not the big person stays in the cut. I'm using white and black faces to get me in different places. You get what I'm saying? And it's not for you to know who I am. I'm trying to stay discreet. This is why I got Jay-Z right here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this is the game they play.
And he acts like we don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, man, I don't know. Some individuals be crazy. Water. They be crazy. Markeith said Bad Bunny gender bending style isn't just fashion, it's a protest. Yeah.
It seemed like what's that black dude named Lil Nas X? He seemed like another Lil Nas X to me.
He is definitely another Lil Nas X. They prompt him up, they put him on a pedestal, and they curate everything they want him to do. They write his music for him. He may perform it and he may be able to articulate the music, but at the end of the day, this is a curated person. He might as well be AI. They just signed AI artists. Did you know that?
What
They
happened?
just $2 million. You know what I'm saying? AI or artificial intelligence artists. Because if you control the algorithm, if you got all the money in the world, it's easy to program people, fam. It's easy to program people.
Right. Yeah.
To me, that's why they can sign an AI artist. You know, hold up. What are we talking about? I rock with you, the dude on the left, the guy on the right looks sketchy to me. You know, I can't make it make sense looking at the show. We ain't, at the end of the day, you trying to cause division between us too. Come on, man. You done came
You
on the
see it?
show. Damn. Why you trying to cause division between us, fam?
No, that's how they do. That's what they do.
Damn, they want. Damn, it's all love. Hey, we read your comments and everything. It's all love, fam. Talk crazy. Get even crazier. We support you. Let me read the article though, Water.
Yeah.
So we can get an understanding for the backlash and him lashing out. The 3-time Grammy winner returned for his second time hosting on Saturday night, where he addressed some of the backlash surrounding him being named the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show headliner. Bad Bunny poked fun at conservative criticism of him being tapped to perform at the big game. Ooh, so conservatives poke fun at him. Noting that everyone is excited about his performance, even Fox News. You might not know this, but I'm doing the Super Bowl halftime show and I'm very happy. And I think everybody's happy about it, which led to the crowd to erupt in applause. Before he continued, even Fox News. He was on SNL, then cut to a montage clip of pieced together segments that made out Fox News host saying Bad Bunny is my favorite musician and he should be the next president. I'm really excited to be doing the Super Bowl. I know that people all over the world who love my music are also happy. To which he then began speaking in Spanish, especially all the Latinos and Latinas in the world here in the United States who have worked to open doors, he said in Spanish. It's a win for all of us. Our footprints and our contribution in this country, no one will ever be able to take that away or erase it. He finished his monologue off by noting in English, and if you didn't know what I just said, you have 4 months to learn. Earlier in the monologue, a clip of John Hamm, who Bad Bunny called Juan Jaman, dancing to his music at the show was shown. The SNL cameras then panned over to Hamm and the audience attention. Okay. They just talking about what I read, fam. How they doing? I don't see it or what everybody liking stuff. I don't see it, fam.
Me neither, fam. Trust and believe Jay-Z ain't running anything. Somebody's running Jay-Z. Exactly.
That's facts, Molly. We can get off of this topic, fam. We don't need to spend too much time on this foolishness. Do you got anything to say in closing of this, fam? Cause we wasting time. We got
Oh
a
man, yeah,
couple more.
that Bad Bunny. Let's
Yeah,
get to it.
yeah. Let's get out of it. Let me see what's so. I got that Cool Kicks guy. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. This out in California, where Mama Lisa and Gary at. She said I was snitching earlier. She said I was snitching earlier. Have you ever been a collector of shoes, fam?
Yeah.
Mm.
I still collect.
Oh, you do? What talk to me then, fam? Cause I collect shoes too. I'm a shoe, I like something fresh on my feet, fam.
Mm-hmm. I'm a shoe collector, man, because one of my partners was collecting shoes. He really was started, and I just was like, had a little shelf, put my shoes on there. I don't know if you call that a shoe collector, but I just have a whole bunch of shoes that I done had. Just got them in the little, little shelf. But yeah, shoes is cool, fam. I don't really into it like I used to be when I was, coming up. I used to love to have so many shoes, but
Yeah. as I getting older too, I done slowed down collecting shoes and stuff though. But I got all the ones that that I rock with though. But it seemed like these shoes, the prices don't went astronomical on them. I feel like Nike, because this is interesting too, because you a stock guy. I feel like Nike hurt themselves, when they started putting out exclusives in boutiques instead of making them ready available in Finish Line, Foot Locker, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, did you notice that? Like they boutique shoes now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might have made their shoes more exclusive, but their stocks fell, and it gave New Balance and Saucony and other individuals the opportunity to come up, and now their stock has risen.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to play this. I was following this guy on his YouTube channel, Cool Kicks, and I had been aware of his content and him creating a business model that's making millions and millions of dollars. And I just want to play this clip for you and get a perspective from it, fam. Let's get to it.
Popular sneaker shop, Cool Kicks, LA, this week in Santa Monica, leading to the felony arrest of owner Adil Shams. Partially captured via live stream, the raid shocked the sneaker community and sparked questions about allegedly stolen merchandise.
KTLA's Chris Wolf is live in the Fairfax district with the latest. Chris.
Hey, good evening, Cher and Micah. The Cool Kick store is located right here along bustling Melrose Avenue. Staffers did not want to talk to us tonight, and that is understandable. However, the company did release a statement about this criminal case. From kicks to cuffs, what is happening with a popular athletic footwear business that provides sneakers to the stars?
Brand new, chap, brand new box.
Cool Kicks is located along trendy Melrose Avenue in the Fairfax district. A company warehouse is located in Santa Monica, and that's where, according to the report, LP Commercial Times and Counterfeit Goods conducted a raid Thursday. The LAPD says officers took 4 people into custody, and records show one of them is CEO and co-founder Adil Shams. He was booked in connection with a felony charge of receiving known stolen property over $950. Shams was live streaming while auctioning off merchandise when cops closed in for the operation.
Chat, I don't know what the f is happening. Did somebody swat us?
Shams initially thought it was a case of swatting, a hoax in which a person calls 911 to falsely report a crime in progress.
What'd you say, Water?
Seems like it's pausing a little bit. As you or is it showing clear to you?
It's showing clear. It's showing crispy on my end.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
No, if it... Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Could you hear it?
I hear it though. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, as long as you can hear it, that's but your thoughts before we play it of what you saying.
My thoughts is like you say, we see another person over here, and I don't got no problems with no nationalities, but to see a lot of people in our country, selling and products, and it's just a little strange right now in these times, you know what I'm saying, with us having a lot of problems with immigration, it's just, I think you got to lay low if you from another country and you around here getting money illegally. I just feel like this ain't the time for you.
Yeah. And I thought that theft under $1,000 in California got overlooked.
Yeah, like you don't go to jail or nothing for it, right?
And they said $950 stolen shoes. But it has to be something deeper. I don't want to just automatically say he's guilty or whatever, because I got a statement before. I'm going to continue to play it, then I'm going to read his statement that he released. Let me keep playing it. I don't want to throw him under the bus because I'm not aware, but
yeah,
I got something to say. Let's keep playing it.
At a certain
progress at a certain location. But it was the real deal for this business owner, hauled away along with dozens of pairs of Nike shoes. In fact, KTLA's technology guru, Rich DeMuro, profiled Adil Shams in a recent segment of Rich on Tech.
Adil Shams is CEO and co-founder of Cool Kicks, a well-known buy, sell, and trade sneaker shop.
15 years ago, I went to a yard sale, found a box of used Jordans, cleaned them up, sold them on eBay, made some money. And then ever since then, I've just been into the hobby.
Okay, here's the statement. Take a look. Quote, yesterday, the LAPD impounded a small allotment of Nike sneakers that Cool Kicks purchased and received within the last 48 hours, alleging that the merchandise was stolen. The news came as a complete shock to our entire team. Neither Cool Kicks leadership nor our staff had any knowledge or reason to believe that these products were stolen. We entered into this purchase in good faith, as we always have, commit to running an honest business built on integrity and trust. It is important to clarify there have been no allegations whatsoever from law enforcement that products were counterfeit. Owner Adil Shams is scheduled to appear in court on October 23rd.
You know, that's interesting because I see a lot of people go shopping there and buying kicks. I see a lot of the celebrities he gamble on YouTube though. That's interesting. Gambling on YouTube, fam. Like if you hit the shot or whatever, it's $1,000 or you got to buy the shoes and all of that old type of stuff. Gambling is illegal. You know,
Watergate TV.
Trevor can't keep a secret. That ain't no cap neither, Mom. I'm telling. I'm telling, Mom. You know what I'm saying? But I
now
just
look, you know, things been crazier since I don't know what year it happened, but purses and fake belts and fake Jordans, all you trying to sell that fake stuff, it ain't happening nowadays. How you feel about that?
I feel like, you know, I don't like that stuff anyway, though. But that was another, like, I feel like all the hustles is over. You know, the street hustle is dead. I remember we used to have a DVD man that's dead. You used to have a bootleg Air Force One man that's dead. All the bootleg games is over with now. And I think that was something that is you know, they tried to, I don't know who they is, but I feel like it was some sort of structure to get the hustle game away. You gotta get out here and work now, or you gotta create something of substance. Or people are hustling and scamming online or whatever though, but all the hustles is like, you know, the lady that used to sell the plates in the neighborhood. All of those hustles has been removed. What, you can't name a hustle, Water.
Right, that's crazy that you say that, right? But you can't name these hustles. I mean, I still think it's people doing it. Like it's people going to jail for it. I can say that. But how do you feel about somebody if they're going out and buying a European brand, an expensive European brand anyway? How do you feel about that?
You know, it comes back to the knowledge of self. You don't know who you are, so you don't know what you will and you won't accept. And you need things that makes you feel valuable because you don't see value in yourself. That's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Folks wearing designer and all of that, and they think it make them look cute, when in all reality, you make the thing look good. If you healthy and if you are feeling yourself and if you vibing with yourself, if you need these material items to feel some sort of value about yourself, then you don't have no value within yourself. So I really don't respect it at the end of the day. I ain't buying no $4,000 Nikes from nobody. Real talk. Be honest with you, fam.
You know what, fam? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I did support Jordan as a kid. That's somebody that I definitely was a brand that I know that I was like, I'm rocking. I'm standing behind this. I supported FUBU. You know what I mean? This was brands you seen me. You was like, bro, he got all this FUBU on. I love FUBU. Anytime it was some stuff that I know it was from the culture, it aligned with me better. I never bought a Gucci belt. I never bought a foreigner, like a European
Louis
belt,
Vuitton.
a shoe, a jacket, a hat. You know, you will never see a picture or never see me in anything, European designer, because I just felt like it ain't line up with me culture-wise. FUBU did, Jordan did. What was the other black clothing line I remember? Was it Coogee? With that little flip?
I don't think Coogee was.
You
I
don't
think
think Coogee was black?
Coogee was Australian.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
it was Australian. That was designer. Coogee was.
Okay, well, damn. You can
Started
put that
wearing Rockaware and shine.
Rockaware. I was wearing Rockaware.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is those were the brands to me that was like, okay, yeah, this culture wear. I couldn't see myself putting on a whole bunch of and being like, okay, yeah, that's the culture. You know what I mean?
Now I'm gonna tell you something about me, Water. At one point in time in my life when I was 21, 22, 23, up to I probably was about 25. My first album cover that I did on my debut album, I had on 3 different designers. But that's before I knew who I was as an individual. I didn't know I was who I was, or I didn't have that value in myself. And the liquor store selling fake Don Julio. Whew,
Yeah, they
stop
is.
drinking. That's true. The grocery store selling fake water. But that's another story. But at one point in time, I didn't know who I was, so I was wearing all the Gucci, the Louis, the Coogee, I was wearing all that stuff at one point in time. Like I have Mitch Match designer on because I thought it made me more valuable than the people in my neighborhood. And when I had it on, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. When I had it on, they treated me as if I was more valuable than them.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who I was. I was a child, just now touching some money. And I started thinking about it and I started seeing the stuff tear up like it was just regular clothes. I done spent 500 on some shorts, 1,000 on a t-shirt, 1,000 on some tennis
Right.
shoes or whatever. And I'm like, man, the threads and stuff pulling up out of this stuff faster than academics. And what was I wearing back then? I was wearing academics and
Academics, I think. Is that designer? I
no,
thought
but
that was from a black dude. Okay.
I'm saying that's stuff I was wearing also. Academics, Pele,
Yeah.
FUBU and all of that. But from time to time I throw the designer on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people would value you more. And the designer was tearing up faster than the academics. That's what I was saying. The Gucci and Louis, the threads and stuff was popping out faster than that. So I just feel like, people gotta know who they are, fam. That's all.
Yeah.
That's just a crazy incident, man. It's a crazy incident to see
But
him build
How
that.
do you feel about somebody wearing a knockoff though? How you feel about that? Like if somebody wearing knockoff Louis, where they spent the same price as the Walmart stuff, but it's Louis, but they rocking. You get what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about this knockoff game?
I feel like that's just as fake. That's fake. Like you fake, fam. You fake too, wearing a fake. Go, man. Ain't no way, fam. Gonna catch me
Yeah,
with
like you're not gonna wear the authentic, but you want people to feel like you spending money. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't want to spend the money on it. You don't really want to support them, but you want the look. So people can feel like, I mean, if you get in sales and it's something that you got to do to sell, like this is an image that you got to, to handle your business, I'm right. I ain't gonna knock you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't,
Me neither. I ain't putting it on.
I ain't doing it.
Shoot, I ain't putting it on. I can get fresh with anything because
Exactly. I value me. You know what I mean? And you right. I don't like to look like a lot of you dudes. I don't want to be I put on the same thing, and then I gotta look. I'm blending in. I had a crisis one time where, I was like 19, 20, and I just felt like I didn't like how dudes that was in the streets, how they was dressing. And I was like, dang, I kind of blend in with these guys. And I just went on a rampage of buying suits. I was a young dude and I was in the streets, but I'd be walking around. I'd be riding around and you'll see me go places and I have a suit on. You'd be like, damn, didn't they got a job or something? Like, what is he doing? Because I just wanted to, I ain't want to look like how y'all be looking dusty. And I just wanted to be suited up and you know what I'm saying?
Presentation is important. I told you 2 weeks ago we couldn't do the podcast because I was working on my father-in-law magazine. And his magazine is important because presentation is important. The way that you present yourself to the world. So I understand you not wanting to look like other individuals because folks be having their whole cheeks hanging out. Men. You know what I'm saying? You got on skinny jeans and your drawers hanging out with a tight shirt. Come on, man. Stop, man. You making us all look bad, nigga.
Right.
To be honest with
you. He said 2 Chainz
that was
a knockoff.
Well, the whole Atlanta wore knockoff. That was knockoff capital. They had knockoff gold teeth and everything in Atlanta.
For real, fam.
They
that's something else though. But fake it till you make it. I mean, that's how you rock.
Yeah. We got 2 more topics, but we don't have to do all of them, fam. I'm gonna ask you which one you want to do, and then we can hang. We actually got 3 more, but I don't want us to be on here for 3 hours. I got the National Guard to Memphis, and I want to ask the chat which one y'all want to discuss too before we get up out of here. The National Guard to Memphis, Elon Musk boycotting Netflix, Brittany Renner asking for more money from PJ Washington, her baby daddy, because he got a $90 million contract with the Dallas Mavericks. Or do y'all want us to talk about Glorilla suing the Atlanta police? We got either one of those. She's suing the Atlanta police. You remember they busted in her house?
Yeah, man.
Somebody stole something. That's what you want to get into now?
That's what I would say. I would say Glorilla.
We can do 2 more then. Let's do 2 more topics.
That's your homegirl too, man. That's your homegirl.
She decent. Let's play the clip.
Grammy-nominated rapper Glorilla is speaking out about her arrest following a home invasion back in July. Suspects broke into her Atlanta area home, stealing more than $700,000 worth of jewelry and other items. Her brother and sister called police, but officers arrested Glorilla, real name Gloria, after police say they found a significant amount of marijuana in her home, charging her with felony possession.
I feel like me and my brother and sister, we were victims in this situation, but somehow they're trying to paint us out to be suspects, and I just feel like that's all the way wrong.
You have to think about not only the effect to Gloria and her family, but also to folks who see what happened here.
Well, the most egregious part is that there seems to be no movement whatsoever in this home invasion, but rather within 24 hours there were warrants for her arrest.
The Forsyth Sheriff's Office said the home invasion and burglary remains under investigation. Glorilla's legal team is considering their own investigation.
Glorilla had that pack in there, huh?
Think about that though. You call the police on somebody breaking in your house, and you dirty in your house.
But that ain't none of the police business. Listen, what I got in my house ain't your business. You supposed to be looking at for them people who done broke in and trying to rob me. What I got stashed in here is none of your business. Right or wrong?
That's facts. But
it's
you
like,
can't.
I didn't call you to come search me and go think I got dope. What you mean? I wouldn't have called you. You feel me? If I would have known you did this, I wouldn't even called you, man.
That's facts. That's facts.
Damn.
But you can't be slipping though.
Right. No, you can't be slipping. I had a homeboy that happened to. He got robbed. He got home invaded for real.
Yeah.
Blood gushing out his head. The police came there. He got still sat in. He got a charge. So salute my. I mean, I still don't feel like you need to be charging people though when they call the police for help and you got to do an investigation on them. I don't like that, fam. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is wrong though. That is, I feel like that's wrong, and it should be some justice, or the case should be thrown out or whatever, because that was unnecessary. I called you to my house to protect me. Now you arresting me. That is some gangster shit. But I still feel like don't call them to your house if you slipping.
Right, but
Because
think
they
about
go
it like
tell
this,
them,
though.
"Man,
Yeah.
fam."
Well, think about it like this. Would you be mad if them people called you? Let's say you had to call them people, right? And they just wanted to search you just in case. Like they were just like, you know what? I know you called and it was somebody shooting at your house and you don't know what it is. I need to search your house though and make sure you don't got any contraband or anything illegal in here. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I would be upset with that.
Like, no, bro, why you searching my house? Like, I ain't like, you get what I'm saying?
And you in Atlanta, where it's majority of us down there. Why you view me as a criminal also? Why you treating me like I'm a criminal? I called you to protect me in my home.
They ain't doing no white people like that, man. I was reading an article of white people had a damn they had so much cocaine, bro. They was doing a urine test, not a urine test, but a test on the sewer on all of their and they tested and it was like the highest amount of cocaine in the damn world as
Yeah.
far as cocaine in people's bodies. Can you believe they ain't going in them people's houses and talking about none of this and none of that? What they not supposed to have, you know?
They ain't even concerned. They letting it slide. They got the stuff and they just letting it slide. They letting the whole situation, you know what I mean, just go over their head.
For real.
We're gonna since we went to Memphis with Glorilla, we're gonna play the National Guard in Memphis and react to that also, because this National Guard conversation, we talked about it a little bit, but it's very interesting that the feds just stopped Trump from sending the National Guard to Portland. He talked about sending them to Chicago. He talking about sending the National Guard against the U.S. citizens all over the place to all the Democratic cities. But I'm gonna read Mama Lisa a comment, and I think she's talking to you. She said, "Water God, I had those brands as well and bought them for my son. The problem is we don't support one another. More about this fake water. I haven't heard about that. Oh, you gotta pay attention to the water when you buy it, because I got spring water right here. I know this water horrible, but this is Publix natural spring water. It don't taste like it though.
Right.
I just had I
What it
just
tastes
got
like?
toilet water. That's what it tastes like.
Right.
And then it's hard to go to the store. It's hard to go to the store and buy some good water, fam, to be honest with you.
I'm telling you.
You're getting it
I'm
in a
telling
glass
you.
bottle or something.
Getting a glass bottle, I can respect that, but anything else, it's sketchy, man. It ain't good. But yeah, Mama Lisa, I'm with you with that. But I forget what I was gonna say. You was talking about Memphis. Yeah, the National Guard coming to Memphis. They must don't got the pool like Portland and Chicago got.
I don't know. I think Memphis is a location that is very pivotal to American distribution, because it's the middle of the country. You can get to Cali quick. You can get to New York quick. You can get to Florida quick. You can get to, it's direct smack middle of the United States. So I think that, they trying to take the land and utilize it. Get the criminals off the street. We can easily access this land. That's another conversation, like what we was talking about Israel and Hamas. So, that's just my assumption. I ain't saying that that's what they trying to do, because they might be promoting it as they fighting against crime, but this is a location they can utilize.
I'm glad you said that, fighting against crime, because what we know about them with the war on drugs, that fight against crime have different agendas. This is what I think it is, family. I think that crime is going down as far as black people. We be getting bashed over our head and getting hit in these court systems that you a fool if you think you finna be out here doing crime and you ain't finna get bammed. Unless you be a snitch and work for the government. I just think black people are starting to wake up and understand that they could be doing stuff that ain't got to do with crime. Because the statistic of crime is down, but they market it like we just, we are animals. You get what I'm saying in the streets?
I'm gonna tell you something, Water. I ain't saying I disagree with you.
Right.
But I think that the statistics is the Democrats trying to keep their place in power and office.
Could be, yeah. I get what you're saying. They could be playing with the stats.
I think they playing with the stats so they can maintain their power. But I feel like, from what I heard, it was just a shooting yesterday at a South Carolina HBCU. 3 kids got shot at a concert. It ain't even in the news yet, but I know because I'm located close to it. You know what I'm saying? And they got, people heard about it. 3 kids got killed at a HBCU yesterday in South Carolina. The crime, man, is so unbearable right now that I'm lost in the soy sauce. I think it's the financial structure and people struggling is why the crime is so high. I think people are just fighting for their next meal, man. I can't even go to the grocery store without spending $100 on nothing.
But
gas.
how do you gauge crime is high? Like, what do you bring that off of? For you to feel like, man, crime is crazy right now, it's out of control. What gauge do you gauge that off of?
You got a point there. Because most of the crime that I'm hearing about and thinking about is he say, she say. I don't, where I'm located at, there ain't no crime, fam. Zero crime. So I'm speaking about it and I'm hearing about it and seeing people talk about it, but I'm nowhere near it in the real world. So
right. So I'm saying like this, look, because rarely people are seeing crime. They hear about it, but rarely we, we are actually witnessing the crimes. You know what I'm saying? So for people to say, man, crimes is so crazy right now out in the world, are we speaking from something that we're seeing, or are we speaking from something that we hearing?
You get what I'm saying? They got us programmed, fam, or they got me programmed. I'm gonna say that because the promotion of crime, the promotion of these people on these platforms speaking about black fatigue, the promotion of Chicago, Memphis, and the stuff that they saying is going on in these places. I remember when they was talking about Jacksonville a few years ago and people smoking on ops and all of this old stuff. It's the promotion of it, but it's not in our face like that, though. That's what I think. Let's play the video, Water, and then continue the conversation. Because this is a good one.
Breaking news that the National Guard is in Memphis as part of a federal crackdown on crime. Our Jordan James is there as well with a closer look at what to expect and how neighbors are responding.
After much anticipation, the National Guard has joined several agencies here in Memphis to fight crime, a task which has left an entire community on high alert. With helicopters hovering,
these are challenging times,
and officers lining the roads.
It's a damn shame. I'm just going to be honest.
Memphis residents are on alert as a crime crackdown is underway, leading to the presence of the National Guard.
I don't think it is a good position to put us in or the government in to have the military come in and use military tactics against its own citizens.
They're among 13 federal and state agencies currently operating. Since Monday, at least 53 people have been arrested. Brandon B. Porter, a local pastor, supports the initiative.
The National Guard are not here to harass law-abiding citizens. They're here to deal with crime and other issues that disrupt the living here in the city of Memphis. And so don't ride dirty.
The National Guard has been deputized, but are not expected to be armed or make arrests. With their presence likely to grow in the coming days, concerns remains for a city that's seen its fair share of challenges.
We'll make this something that we can learn from and get through.
This is not the end. This is, again, we got a lot of bumpy roads, so this is just another bump in the road.
At this point, no timeline has been given as for how long this operation will be in place. Governor Bill Lee previously said that success looks like to him Memphis being safer. Reporting here in Memphis, Jordan James, WSMV4.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi are also in Memphis. Bondi says they'll charge anyone who touches a police officer with assault. Meanwhile, Hegseth says the National Guard will be providing security for law enforcement to allow them to safely do their jobs.
Our department is here to enable you, law enforcement, to do your job, to help protect your facilities, help protect your people, so that your hands can be untied.
We are going to work hand in hand to make the most violent crime city in the country have no crime.
Hegseth says President Trump will be following the data and progress of the law enforcement in Memphis.
They coming down there talking tough too, ain't they, boy?
They is, ain't they?
You know, have you ever lived in a Republican city before or a Democrat? Have you ever lived in both cities, like Democrat city, Republican city? I'm gonna tell you something I noticed though.
I lived in Broward County. I lived in Daytona Beach. I don't know the city, Jacksonville, New York. I lived in New Orleans. I don't know if those are Democrat or Republican ran city, huh?
Lived in all Democrat cities.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna tell you something. I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a Republican city, and I lived in other cities. I lived in are Democrat cities. You know, you can commit crime in Knoxville, but boy, you know, it's police on every corner. You fought too loud, they gonna smell it. You know what I'm saying? That's how many police it is. And in the other cities I lived in, it's like lenient. Like it seems as if they might need some assistance. And I ain't saying the National Guard or whatever. It's just like it seems as if the police departments are understaffed. When you ride around where you located at, and how often do you see like me being in Charlotte, fam? I might not see the police for 2 weeks, not one car.
It you say that. Growing up in the Miami metropolitan area, right? We got Broward County and we got Miami-Dade County. Miami-Dade County is so lenient, bro. You can ride around with AKs and you get pulled over. It's like, but when you cross that line and you go to Broward, it's like they not playing.
They thick.
They thick, they deep, they driving around, they got the money, their cars are new. You know what I'm saying? They got all the equipment. The Miami police, it's like they don't even have new cars. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know what it is, but I'm with you. It's like I done stayed in cities where the police don't play, and I done stayed in the cities to where it's like, man, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, especially in Florida.
Yeah. You know, when I think of Memphis, man, you know, the first time I ever went to Memphis, this is when I ate meat before I was a vegan. And it shocked me too, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I pulled up to Church's Chicken and ordered 2-piece dog. I remember it like it was yesterday. And before I pulled up to the window, the girl said, "What you want, nigga?" That's what she said at the drive-thru. And I was like, damn, this is a different culture here. This shit different. You know what I'm saying?
You was in Memphis.
Yeah, when I pulled up to the drive-thru, she didn't say how your day doing, what you want to order. She said, "What you want, nigga?" Before I even said a word. And I just ordered my food and ate it. I don't know.
Did she say it in a way like, man, what you want, nigga? Or what you want, nigga? Or like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because you can say that 2 different ways. What you want, my nigga? You know, in the streets. But I don't want to know that I took it the wrong way. How did you take it that she said to you like what you want, nigga? Like frustrated, like what you driving up there for?
I don't know. It was cute to me, to be honest with you, because it was something that I wasn't used to though. And
right, so you just like,
what the hell going on? It's different. Like this shit crazy. But you know, when you think of Memphis and the city, I don't want to talk bad about the city, but when I think about it, their biggest bragging rights was how bad the crime was there and their culture.
So you mean when you from Nashville, right, and somebody from Memphis,
Mhm.
how do they look at y'all, somebody from Memphis and somebody from Nashville? How do they?
That's two totally different worlds, fam. But I'm
Right,
from
but I'm saying,
Knoxville. I'm from the
oh,
whole other
Knoxville,
side.
whatever. Yeah, I'm saying though, like Knoxville or whatever is close to Memphis. Like you saying that Memphis, they get credit for the crime and it's wild there.
Mhm.
So do they look at it because New York was like that too? Like if you in Memphis or if you in the 5 boroughs of New York, they consider everything outside of that is nothing. Like, oh, they ain't.
Yeah, they from Syracuse. They nothing.
Yeah. Do Memphis feel like that about everybody in Tennessee? Because we know about Memphis, right? Like when we think of Tennessee, it's like Memphis come to our minds. Is that like that in Tennessee?
To me, my perception, Memphis don't even consider themselves a city. Memphis is the state. That's a state. And the rest of Tennessee is just Tennessee. But Memphis is
Right.
their own little state. That's how they view themselves. They ain't even connected with y'all lame ass niggas over there in Chattanooga, Nashville, and Knoxville. We ain't even connected with y'all. We a whole totally different world. When you think of hip hop artists and what's being embraced in Tennessee, also from the black community, it's Memphis. They don't even consider us, you know what I'm saying, like them over there. We ain't even in the same state or nothing like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I just feel like, it's just interesting. I don't know what the full play is of why they sending the National Guards to Memphis. I know Memphis is super crime ridden, but it's something going on because I heard Elon Musk is investing billions of dollars into Memphis also, and he's bringing like Starlink and his links and stuff down there, his technology and his, he bringing stuff down there, and I feel like it's a neutral area, and it could be bigger than just getting crime.
You know it's a Memphis. You know it's a Memphis over there in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Memphis. They tried to duplicate our Mississippi River. What do we call that? The Nile. What they say that's the Nile over there. But if you look in the book, our Mississippi River actually explains everything that the Nile is.
Mm-hmm.
I be covering this on my show where I tell people that this might be the ancient land. You know what I mean?
I got a partner that told me that was the original Nile River, and Memphis is the original Egypt because that's
exactly. Yeah.
I
don't want to get too deep into it. I know that ain't the subject, but we got to touch back on that on another show, man.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I feel like we had a good show tonight, Water. We don't have to keep going.
Oh, of course.
Most definitely.
Of course, man. Salute to Mama Lisa, man, and everybody that called in. It was a great time. We talked about some good topics right now.
Most definitely. Even salute to the troll that kept commenting on the show or whatever. The troll, he did his big one tonight. Yeah. Salute to him too.
You ain't doing nothing until somebody hating on you. You ain't doing nothing until somebody hating on you. You know that, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Hey,
well, at least we got one. We got one.
Yeah. Multiple, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to curating something special next week also, Water.
For real, man. You know, we're going to tap in the week, man. And make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, man, and give us I think they got something where you can hype the video. Hype us up, man. Hype me up, man. Hype us up so we can get on this algorithm.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. And how you close your shows out, family?
Always pushing help, wealth, and a better understanding of self. Now we do.
Chill. Let's get it.
Is the definition of freedom, justice, and equality for the black man, and where and when is it to be attained?
Well, take equality first. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad doesn't teach us to associate equality with whites. Equality has nothing to do with whites. We don't want to be equal with the white man. He's not the criteria or yardstick by which equality is measured. He's not in a position to tell us we are equal. It's not his right. It's not his to do. Equality, we want equality. We had equality before the white man was created. We had equality before the white man came into existence. And we want equality whether the white man is on this earth or not. Equality means the opportunity to develop all of our dormant potential, all of our dormant capability. And in developing this dormant capability, the right and the ability to stand on this earth on some land of our own and bring about a civilization and a society in which we will be completely independent, complete freedom to take care of the needs, to take care of the wants and the likes and the dislikes of our people, to establish our own nation.